Yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube channel for another edition of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, where we answer sporting questions from the chat, mainly football people. Champions League week, match day, Champions League game week 2 is now over, people. PSG with a late winner. They beat Barcelona 2-1 in the new camp. Manchester City conceded a late equalizer penalty from Eric Dyer. Arsenal winning 2-0 at home to Olympiacos. Newcastle United, very, very impressive against USG, beating them 4-0 in Belgium. Spurs coming from 2 goals down a couple of days ago now against Bodo Glimt to draw 2-2. Liverpool losing 1-0 at Galatasaray. So if you've got any Champions League questions, feel free to get them in. Of course, the Premier League is returning Friday, starting with Bournemouth Fulham. Obviously, the big game of the weekend is Liverpool versus Chelsea as well. Well, big up to everyone supporting Sarcasm City TV. Big up to everyone who's joined over from the raid, from the last show. Big up to everyone who's here watching it back. Make sure, though, you pay the taxes, people. Don't worry, it's free. Your taxes is free. All I need you lot to do is these 3 things. Hit the like button on the video. So important you do that. Hit that like button on the video. Share this out across all the social media apps you are active on. Yes, it's flawless. At Sarcasm City TV. At Sarcasm City TV. Yes, it's flawless. Follow both Twitter, Instagram, or Twitter/X, also on Instagram. So yes, it's flawless at Sarcasm City TV. And just as important, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. And for those that are new here, when it comes to the sports Q&As, if you are a member of the channel, your question takes priority like a super chat. So I'll star your question and make sure you get to it. And of course, if you're kind enough to super chat, I will get to your question as well. Shout out to my guy, Sai, Mr. Mind, who became a member of the channel. Links in the pinned comment. Many great perks, including the one I just mentioned in regards to the Q&A. Also, how you get on the channel plus more. And if you look at any ideas in regards to perks you want to add to the membership, let me know. Well, big up to Warrior J as well. Nuno Mendes got man of the match. He was impressive. Even though a couple times Yamal spat him, that's Yamal. He did very, very well. But shout out to Warrior J. Big up Charlesino. Big up Kingsman. Let's see who else is in the chat. Big up Sai. Big up Cornmeal, David F.A. Who else? Let's see. Jason, big up to you as well. I didn't forget one game. I just mentioned the English games. I mentioned the 5 English teams. I didn't forget Napoli against Sporting. Same way I didn't mention Villarreal, Juventus. Or mention Carrot versus Real Madrid, for example. But anyway, you lot got any questions in? Flawless, I genuinely believe we got a curse on us. How's Hoyland scored a brace? We need pitch digged up to see if that deer is still there, dubbed up. No joke, because when it seems with every player who leaves becomes 10 times better becomes 10 times better than what they were at United. You know, like I've said before, heavy is the head that wears the crown. That shirt and that badge wears heavy. Not everybody is built to come to Manchester United and be successful as a player. This club, you are under the spotlight. I've said it before, I'll say it again. You are under the spotlight 25-8. There's players much more talented than Hoyland who came to Manchester United and failed. He won't be the first. He won't be the last. It's not a curse thing. Hoyland just isn't built for Manchester United. And we'll see how he does in Serie A overall this season. But he's at Napoli. Hopefully he performs well there so we can get some money. Let's not forget he went 006. He went 0016 twice. Let's not just overlook that. It's not no curse thing. Manchester United have been worse for longer periods in the past. We've gone on longer droughts without a Premier League title. We've gone on longer droughts without a Champions League before. And this is just our turn to do so. So that's why I don't worry about it. But yeah, you lot questions. What are you lot telling me, man? What are you lot telling me? What's going on? What's happening? And yeah, as I was saying initially, Nuno Mendes man of the match. I hear it makes sense. Like PSG were the better side for the first 30, 35 minutes. It was Barcelona. And they deservedly was in front. Had one cleared off the line, but PSG did very well to turn it around, and you can't even argue against them winning the game. You can't whatsoever, but 2 top quality teams, 2 top quality managers, and it showed. And that could, well, I hope that's the final, because we should have got it last year, but I hope that is indeed the final. Barcelona are still my pick, but PSG, those 2 teams are going to be right there. Going to be right there. I'm not surprised today PSG showed that they're champions of Europe. They were superior. I hear it, couldn't they? That's honest. Barcelona had their chances, though. They did. The first half was positive. I think we knew how to start the match well, but in the second half, we lost a bit of organization. Enrique, Pedri, and Vitina are the best midfielders in the world. Not even going to argue them down. Those two are a joy to watch. Even though Vitina gave the ball away for the Barcelona goal, joy to watch. Enrique, Pedri cost us a lot today. We talked about him a lot inside the dressing room, but it's hard to stop him. It really is. Hansi Flick said, I believe that in the first half, we played much better than in the second half. We made a great effort because we were a bit tired. But the truth is that PSG is a great team with young and very, very fast players. Enrique said, Barca are contenders to win the Champions League this season. They play brilliantly. That's it. And it's just more so with Flick and Enrique talking about how good the opposition are and also why the result didn't go their way. Well, in Enrique's case. Well, yeah, it's a game of fine margins, man. It's a game of fine margins. Let's see. Flawless, Rasmus Højlund is scoring goals, bro. Can you believe it? Nah, because he scored goals before here. So it's not a surprise. I just don't think he scores goals in the Premier League. He scored goals for Manchester United in the Champions League, if I'm correct, right? Did he not bag for us in the Champions League in his first season, if I remember correctly? I'm going to check it now. Yeah, he got 5 and 6, and then he got 6 and 15 last year. So him scoring in Europe is not a surprise whatsoever, and him scoring in Italy is not a surprise because he got 9 goals for Atalanta. So, you know, it's not the most prolific. He knows where the goal is. So is that a surprise to me? Nah, not in the slightest. Am I wrong thinking highline football is dead? Teams always lose playing like that. No, because PSG just won everything playing like that. I think you have to play it correctly, and it's very high risk, high reward. It's high risk in terms of if one player is not in position or you lose the press and they have a fast player or fast players, it could be curtains for you. But then again, the benefit and the reward is you win the ball high up, you win the ball closer to the opposition goal. Personally, it's not the way I would go about it, but if you have the players to do it, do it. It's worked. We've watched it work for Barcelona. We've watched it work for PSG. We've watched it work for Manchester City. If it works, do it. That's it. Højlund and goals just sound weird together. Yeah, because he hasn't scored it, because he didn't score here for such long periods of time. And we watched him struggle. But again, he won't be the first or last player. He's not the first, and he won't be the last striker at Manchester United or in the Premier League to struggle. Let's not go overboard because he scored a couple goals for Napoli, people. Because what happens the next match day when he doesn't score? Then what? Man ain't gonna mention it. What are we doing here? We got to stop with the reactionary takes. We have to stop with the reactionary takes. Granted, they went down to 10 man, but he played against City. How did he play? How did he play against Manchester City? On match day 1. How did he play? Why wasn't it a topic of conversation? Genuine question to you, lot. Genuine question. They played AC Milan on the weekend. Why wasn't no one talking about his performance against AC Milan? I'm just seeing when he got taken off. When did he get subbed? He got hooked off at 73 minutes. So why weren't no one talking about that? Any watch-alongs you doing on Twitch? Yeah. All the watch-alongs on the Clips channel will be on the Twitch channel. So Bournemouth, Fulham, Leeds, Tottenham, not the United Sunderland game. Liverpool, Chelsea. There's a Liga game I can't remember. And then Sunday is 2 games I'm not really interested in, but I'll be doing them anyway. Just having a look here. Give me 1 second. Sunday, I'll do Brentford City. Have I got a Liga game on Sunday? For some reason, it's telling me. I'm thinking I have. Give me 1 second. So, Sunday. Yeah, Sevilla, Barcelona. I knew it was. I knew there was a Premier League games I don't care about. So just the 1 game on Sunday. I don't really care for Newcastle Forest, Everton, Palace, Wolves, Brighton, or Villa, Burnley. So the game you'll get on Sunday is Sevilla, Barcelona. Much in La Liga. So yeah, exactly. Liverpool played attacking football and win trophies. Exactly that. Flawless, if you was a Ruben Amorim, do you wait until you get sacked or do you walk before the sack for forget the compensation. Run me my compensation. What is it? 12 million. But what I'm doing, rather than just prolonging the inevitable and making my reputation worse, I'm sitting down with the ownership and go, look, this is not working out. You lot don't want to sack me for whatever reason. Let's come to some form of mutual termination so I still get my bread. Or I quote unquote resign, but you still give me my money. That's what I say. And as soon as Onana leaves United, he gets an assist. What's going on, man? JT, where's Onana playing again? Where did he go? What league's he playing in? What league's he playing in? Remind me again, please. Rashford is playing well. Rashford's playing well. Yeah, Rashford's playing well. He's in a better team, Rashford. Oh, I got you. My bad, sorry. I got you 1 second. My bad. I missed it. Flawless, what is your weird food you tried, and what one food would you try for the rest of your life? My weird food is ham pizza with mustard. Jesus. Weird food. I'm really simple with my food, so I don't really have weird foods like that. But one food I'd eat for my rest of my life, curry and rice is my favorite dish. So yeah, curry and rice, 110%. In regards to weird food, nah, because I'd eat the same, what's it called? I eat like, I'm happy eating like very much the same things and stuff like that. I'm not really complex like that. I'll try new foods. I'm all for it. I'll try new foods if it looks appetizing and appealing. But yeah. Now, again, JT, you can't say, I'm just saying most of our players that leave just start perform because you don't watch them. So how are we saying that? You're not watching the Turkish league. You're not watching Syria. So how can you say, how's Garnacho getting on? We got to stop with this overreaction all the time. When players leave United, have a good game or a couple of good games, and it's like, oh, they're performing well. Why is Højlund not been mentioned up until today? How did Højlund do against AC Milan? But if he would have scored here, you'd be saying, look, he's balling out. Like, come on, man. We got to stop with this overreaction thing. Why is no one mentioning Garnacho? Who are these players that are balling out? Like, quit. Who's leaving and balling out? No, they're just performing better than they was performing here at points because they were awful here. What's your point? I don't understand it. I'm lost. What other good games has Højlund had to say he's been performing well? He played against City. How come no one mentioned him? I asked that question. How come no one mentioned him? Granted, they went down to 10 men. They played AC Milan. Like, let's stop this, please. Let's stop it. I don't understand it. Manchester United have a lot of things going on that's wrong. Like, there's a lot of problems at the club. Højlund performing, quote-unquote, well is not a problem. I'm looking here. He played against Pisa. I don't even know who they are. Why is no one talking about that performance? Like, what we doing? Yeah, I accept it from Saeed, but I'm not accepting it from you, JT. I accept it from Saeed because he's passionate like that. He's a passionate fan, so I like, and also I'm a fan. I'm not going to tell Saeed to stop being like Saeed. One, I'm a fan, and two, he's a very passionate individual, and he's one of my favorite content creators. I'm not hearing it in my own chat. Exactly. Newly promoted team. But Sai, if he would have got a hat trick, that's all I would have been hearing. But he played against them, and no one speaking about what he did. He played against City. He played against AC Milan. Why is no one talking about these performances? What are we doing here? Man are talking about games for Transport, for Onana. Stop it, please. Please take them reactionary takes elsewhere. I'm not with it. I'm not with it at all. Like, I'm looking here. Did he play? Onana conceded 3 goals to Faith. Why is no one talking about it? He conceded 3 goals to Faith. Saturday, the 27th of September. I can't pronounce the surname of the Turkish side. Did he perform well? Were any of the goals his fault? Or do we just don't care? Stop it, please. Cool. McTominay's 15th in the Ballon d'Or. What's your point? He's higher in the Ballon d'Or than Elise. Is he better? Is he better than Elise? Man, bring me Ballon d'Or list like I care about Ballon d'Or list. Never mentioned it. So he's better than Elise then, yeah? So we should just go sign him back because he was 15th. Because he's 15th in Ballon d'Or. Like, again, I have no idea. All right. What are we doing out here, man? Make sure, be as loud as the same way people are praising players Hoyland for having a good performance. Talk about his bad performances. So keep a lookout. Start watching him at Napoli. Don't wait for him to score. Like, start watching him at Napoli. So they play this weekend. They got Genoa this weekend. So I want to hear a report about whether he plays well or if he plays bad and don't score about it. They play PSV. Make sure you let me know. Frankfurt, match day 4. They play Inter Milan. They play Lecce, Como. Make sure, man. Same way with Turkey. No, not with Turkey. With Onana when he plays against Faith and whoever else in Turkey. Make sure. Stop it. Not with it. Not with it. Cool. I disagree that United are the problem, but cool. All right. I'm not with it, man. Please take them reactionary takes elsewhere. I can't deal with reactionary people. I'm sorry. I'm too logical, too level-headed, and too balanced. I'm not with it. Can't deal with people jumping out the window. Sorry. I struggle. Exactly. Can I respectfully? It's not the same playing in the Italian league and playing for United in the Premier League, no matter where we finish. I'm not with it. Man are telling me man are cooking, but don't watch them. So how do you know? Man, don't watch. Unless you're a Steve or you're a Jez or a Kaneki or one of the aliens, you're not watching. People just want to be mad at this point, man. All right, cool. Well, you lot continue to get your questions in. You lot continue to get your questions in. Run up the likes, hit the subscribe button as well. We know the answer side. Well, he was 15th in Ballon d'Or. Is he the 15th best player in the world? Give me a break, yo. Give me a break. All right. You lot, like I say, get your questions in your time, people. I'm not trying to be here for too long. Just under 200 people in the building. How many likes are we actually on? We're only at 15. What is going on, man? Get up to 30, man. Get up to 30. It is. I respectfully disagree. And Bremo Cunha came here, and what happened? How many starts has Cunha had? How many starts has Cunha had, JT? Just out of interest. How many games has he started? I'll get to this nephew, don't worry. I'll star it. I'll get my thoughts earlier, but I'll give him again briefly in a second. So we writing off, and so go on. This is what I want to know. How many starts has he had? Ballon d'Or, you know. No, I'm asking. I don't know. I'm asking. You are saying we can't state things and then not know these things, JT. So you're saying I respectfully disagree. And Bremo and Cunha came here. What happened? So if you're saying Cunha's failing here or failed here or whichever, you have to know these things. So how many starts has he had? Because you're writing him off already. You're saying, oh, he's disappeared already. So how many starts has he had? We gotta fact check these things. We can't just throw things. This is not Twitter. This ain't Twitter Spaces. This ain't social media. Can't just throw things out there and there's nothing behind it. So how many starts has he had? I'll check it myself. 1 second. All right. Hold up. Yes. So he's had 4 starts. So he's had 4 starts. So yeah. So he has 4 starts. So you're writing him off then already. He can't turn it around and he's going to be a failure here is what you're telling me. That's the question I'm asking to you. Big up Daniel as well. I see you. So he's had 4 starts. Granted, He ain't been. I thought Brentford was his worst performance. Arsenal, he was decent. Burnley, he got injured. Can't remember when he got injured. So he's had 3 full matches. Arsenal, Fulham, Brentford from the start because he got off the bench late. Okay, so he can turn it around so far. So how can you say he's going to fail here then? How is it all Manchester United's fault? He can turn it around, yes. Not so far, but he's not been amazing. I agree with the latter part. So give it time for him to turn it around. What we doing here? It's 3 games in, 4 games in, 5 games in. Now, if he gets to 10, 11 games and he's performing like this, uncomfortable conversations. And Bremo, I think, has been shocking since he's got here. But I'm not going to write him off and say, oh, it's all on Manchester United. No, and Bremo needs to do better. Granted, you don't have the best possible platform, but you got this manager. No, so you never said he's going. So what's the issue then? But you're saying you're using that in your argument against Manchester United. You saying I respectfully disagree, and Bremo Cunha came here and what happened? So you're using that for your argument, saying that players fail here and it's Manchester United's fault. But you're saying he can turn it around. So he's either he can turn it around or he can't because it's all Manchester United's fault. Which one is it? Which one is it? He can either turn it around because he's quality, or he's not going to turn it around because it's all Manchester United's fault. So which one is it? Can't have it both ways. So what are we doing? Because he's either going to fail. So do you think he's going to fail here? Hey, big up Basta Reacts, man. My guy Giannis, what you telling me, my G? Hope you're blessed, man. Hope you're good. Man said, yo, good. Okay, so he can turn it around. So they've not been up to the standard they set last season. Agreed. 110%, in particular in Bremo. Only 4 games played, so obviously you can turn it around. So if you can turn it around, not everyone fails here then, so it's not all United's fault, is it? If you believe you can turn it around, stop being so reactionary. This is the point I'm making. I'll send you the link. If you want the link, I got you. It's not a solo. If you want the link, I got you. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the performance. Love to hear your thoughts. Like, stop being so reactionary. Like, yo, relax. I don't understand. I'm lost. Please help me explain. Is everyone fails at Manchester United, but then Bremo and Cunha can turn it around. So if everyone fails, how are they going to turn it around? All right, man. Okay. Yeah, all right, man. So much things to be wrong about Manchester United. I mean, to complain about and critique with Manchester United, I hear it, but this ain't one of them because McTominay's 15th in Ballon d'Or. Trying to find you now. Hey, oh shit, is this the wrong thing? I'm trying to find you now. Send me a DM. Giannis, send me a DM. Send me a DM, please. I don't know. I can't. This thing playing up. 1 second. I bet it's from my own account, not the Sarcasm City TV one. Make sure you lot follow me on Twitter as well. Yes, it's flawless. Follow the @Sarcasm City TV 12 X. You don't know what I'm talking about. Go follow both the Instagrams as well. Okay, so am I wrong in saying that United are the problem? I don't know. Are you wrong in saying that United are the problem? You're not consistent with your argument. Because if United are the problem, and Bremo and Cunha won't turn it around then. But you just said they will. Well, we did, again, are Manchester United helping? No, but are we the total problem? I go one further. All people have to do is go back and do their research. Look at the amount of players that failed under Sir Alex Ferguson. I think I've got you, Giannis. Give me a second. It's because I was on the other account. 1 sec. I just got to scroll down. Oh, shoot me a message. That is what we doing out here. Like, yes, we don't help players. I do agree with that. But don't tell me that Højlund's cooking and you don't watch him, and Rashford's cooking and you don't watch him, and Onana's cooking and you don't watch him. Why ain't we talking about Garnacho? Because if Garnacho was at Chelsea and cooking, I wouldn't, not even cooking. If he had a couple goals, I wouldn't hear the end of it. Let him score the winner against Liverpool on the weekend, or let him get a man of the match. What's the on that Q&A that Saturday? What's the conversation gonna be? Come on, man. We gotta stop these reactionary takes. We got to, please. Yes, Jez. What are you saying?
Yeah, what are you saying, man?
All bless, man. All bless. I didn't watch the performance in games since I had work, but what were your thoughts on Chelsea yesterday? Since I think you mentioned Benfica was slightly better, but lack quality. They were slightly more so in the second half, but they just, when they got to the final third, they just didn't have that quality up top. They just didn't have enough. They got into the areas well, they worked the ball well, they got into the Chelsea penalty area well, but when it came to that final shot or final pass or cross, just didn't have it. Just didn't have it. That's where their problem lied. That's where the issue lied. Got UG, gonna send it through to you now. Give me a second. And yeah, Daniel, of course. I think Mbeumo, flawless. Mbeumo was at Brentford, wasn't under the microscope. We're on him every game. This is a whole new level of pressure for him. I think he'll be good. Same. And that's what it is. Then he gets there. Flawless, I forgot to say people in troops chat asking me why I got beef with you. That's funny, yo. That's funny. But I told people, I said, Size my guy, we cool. Because I think I told you to fuck off or something. And people were like, oh my God, why did you say that to him? And I was like, oh, I'm cool with Size. Like, Size my G. So yeah, just let them know. Like, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, people genuinely think, oh, how can you say that to him, yo? You might be like, is there issues? Why are you wilding out on the what's it called? Why are you wilding out on the super chats? Because you're super chatted and said something, and I just said, yo, go fuck yourself. Like, that's the first thing I said.
Oh.
But yeah, it's like, yeah, and it's like people asking, yo, you two got beat? No. You know what I'm saying? Size my guy. Man said, nah, if that create the false beef thing. Thoughts on Newcastle's 4-0 win, Steve? Do not predict again. Impressive. Did what they were supposed to. Oh yeah, your thoughts on it actually, just.
What's it called now? I missed the game because I was not just feeling well. That's why I even joined the Barcelona PSG game late, didn't I? I decided to say just fuck it, let me just go.
Yeah, because you was this idiot here was in the group chat because after match day 1, USG were top of the league. Guy posted it. You know what I'm saying? So what's your thoughts on the 4-0 result? You know what I'm saying? Joke, man. This guy, idiot. You know?
I'm not surprised, to be honest. Like Newcastle are better than USG. Like I thought USG could have maybe kind of, let's say it this way. I thought they could have maybe make it interesting considering how Newcastle has been playing, but I just feel like the overwhelming power. I feel like the thing with USG, I feel like and this is with Belgian football, they ain't seen a team like Newcastle, where like it's just pure power, pace, and then you have some ability there. Walter Marder is looking like he's really adapting to Newcastle very quickly. Again, Bundesliga attacks for some people. That is the thing. It's just. I think they're just overwhelmed by the fact of how physical a Premier League side like Newcastle are. Even with a poor Newcastle, for me, is still better than USG. Like I feel like this was not the type of game where I expect them to actually get something. Like I was even surprised that honestly, if you ask me personally, I was surprised they got even something out of the PSV game. But it kind of probably tells you more about PSV, the team itself. But then you see PSV true today to Liverpool. So that's what I say. It's like I feel like USG probably will match up better against teams who are just a bit slower and bit less physical, to be honest. But obviously, teams that also don't have insane quality. For example, you don't look at Barcelona or PSG and say they have like crazy pace and power. But they have some pace there, but just overall across the whole pitch. But yet still they have the overwhelming quality. So now it's just one of them. It's what it is, man. Let's just go on to the next one. Isn't it? Like this Champions League campaign is more of a we just here for the entertainment. I saw obviously the players getting hella gassed after remember the first Champions League game. The first time you play Champions League and you get to listen to music and shit, bro. I can't even because I watched that game. I was like, bro, act like you've been here before. I get it, but come on, bro. You was getting too excited. You know what I'm saying? The man that are too excited. I can't stand that, bro.
Certain man not been around girl before, so that's why.
I get,
Certain man
nah,
not
I
been
get,
around parties before, so like they just like
nah,
yeah,
nah,
they
nah,
leave out there.
I get that, but bro, have some composure, bro. Fuck. But hey, man, but it's what it is, man. At least 3 points. I think there's still. I think USG's still in the.
Yeah, bro.
I think USG's still in the top 24. That's what matters
Yeah.
at the
Still in
moment.
the top
But
24 because they win the game.
but
Yeah, people. The reason why I'm
yeah,
asking about this because this guy posted the after match day one posted up the table because they were top of it. Like, look what happened.
nah. The main
Go
reason
on.
why I posted, the main reason why I'm posting is because Arsenal was second on it.
Yeah. All right, man. But yeah,
Yeah,
USG.
Arsenal was second on the list.
I love that. 20th.
Yeah, that's
That's
what I'm
what.
saying. This was the whole point. It wasn't
Yeah.
even me
And
posting
then
it because they were top of the table. Like I wouldn't have posted if anybody else was second, but it was happened to be Arsenal,
yeah.
which is more of the joke.
And then PSG, and then what was it? Was it Peter and someone else was like backing it, like with the fire emojis and that? Big up as well, Giannis. You good, man? Yeah,
All of them are just laughing emojis.
yeah,
The man
laughing
no fire.
emojis. That's why I was like, this is shameless. What you saying, Giannis? You good?
Yeah, bro. I'm chilling, but bro, I
Talk
mean,
about it.
obviously,
Can I like get to this? Go on, your thoughts, man, on the loss to PSG.
bro, that's one of the worst performances I've ever watched in like a home UCL performance. That's unbelievable, bro. Like I can't believe that just happened to us, bro. Like, bro, I crashed out my shadow, bro. I can't believe it, bro. So many guys, bro.
Talk
Horrible.
about it. Floor's yours.
Kunde, you've been phenomenal the last honestly ever since you signed. What the hell? You was passing to the other team every single time. Like actually, bro, did he see like ghost or something? Like, bro, I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? And then so many guys were bad, bro. Like Frankie De Jong. I have to be honest. Frankie De Jong is a great player, but in big games, bro, the resume is there. In big games, he's not there, bro. That's my thing. Frankie De Jong is a baller, one of the best midfielders, I feel like in the world. But in the big games, he always lets us down. Whenever Pedri's subbed off, whenever he's hooked early, we crumble. This happened last season, bro. Like, I don't know what else to say. Bro, Hansi Flick. Bro, this is not a high line, bro. This is a suicidal line, bro. What the hell was that? Bro, hold up. Why are we acting like Hakimi don't got pace? What the hell? Bro, do you not watch football? Hakimi's legit, bro. He ain't Arab, bro. He's black, bro. Hakimi's fast. You know what I'm saying? And you playing a high line.
He North African, man. He got some black in his
bro, he's got the burners, bro. I don't know what, bro. Hansi Flick, bro. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. That was embarrassing at home, dude. At home, and this is the thing, bro. Look at that front line. Look at that front flipping line, bro. They got Mayulu. They got Barcola, and they got a guy I never heard of, bro. You know what I'm saying? Some FIFA generated player, absolutely torching Kunde, bro. I ain't gonna lie, it's flawless. That was a bad loss, bro. That was probably Flick's worst coached game. I can't lie, like since he's came, like, and you know what's crazy? Enrique showed Flick levels, bro. I'm gonna be so real. Like you saw the way that they second half they kept the ball, bro. Dude, like it was like now I feel like how this is what we do to other teams. Like we could not touch the ball. Damn, we could not touch the ball at all. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I don't even know what to say, bro. We couldn't touch, bro. I don't understand, bro. You know what? Maybe United, Madrid. I don't know how you guys can handle not touching the ball for that long, bro. That's unhealthy, bro.
Because it's the norm. Hey, Giannis, because it's just the norm.
Welcome to our world, man. Welcome to our world.
It's like being in a relationship, yeah, and your girl just wilds out like once every 2 days. She just shouting, she emotional, making noise. You get used to that after a while, man. And then if your boy see like, why is your girl just wilding out?
Nah, bro. Nah, flawless, bro. What the hell? I've never felt,
bro. You know what it's like, be honest. It's like when Ryan's in the chat and makes stupid takes. I just keep it stepping. I'm used to it.
Bro. You don't understand, bro. I've never felt, bro. You know what PSG did to us, bro? They legit low broed us, bro. Can you believe that? Bro, they just kept, the second half was disgraceful. They just kept, bro, I've never saw a Barca game where we could not touch the ball. I've never seen it in my life. I've seen us lose bad, but bro, we always had 50, 60% possession in our worst days. Bro, that was that. I want to see the second half possession, bro. That had to be like 75-25. I've never seen it.
Carry on.
Bro, it was nasty, bro. And then, dude,
I can look it up in this more.
I don't know what to say, bro. Like it was just a bad game from start to finish. Ferran Torres, I mean, he scored a goal. He should have scored 2. Rashford, you know what? I'm gonna say this, right? Rashford actually, you know what? Rashford actually held his own. Like he's one of the guys, Flawless, that you know what? He showed more passion today than a lot of other guys, bro. I can't even lie. Rashford today, you know what? You can go with your held up high, bro. You know what? He had a lot of nutmegs. Hakimi couldn't guard him. Like it was a good game from him. You know what I'm saying? Hold on one second.
No, good man. Do your thing, man. Hey, you know, make sure you subscribe to Giannis's channel, Barca Reacts, because I need to go watch his match action as well. He crashing out. My man said it wasn't a high line; it was a suicidal line. That's a good one. That's a good one. I can't lie.
Hey, man. Hey, man. I know all about highlights, man. Come, man. This is who we are, man.
It's all about it. Go on, Flaws. You know, anyone else you like in particular, like you was poor today? You mentioned Kunde, you mentioned De Jong. Anyone else you like you wasn't at it today?
I mean, Gerard Martin was, but he's garbage. I mean, like, but I'm gonna be so real. He's our backup left back. You know what's crazy, Flawless? I don't even remember the here we go. I never remember the announcement, bro. This guy snuck through the back door. When did he join he just pulled up. You know what I'm saying? You know, a guy's not invited to the party. When did he come? Bro, I didn't see the here we go. I didn't see the announcement. He just pulled through. Bro, this is like some guy. Bro, he just opens your door. You know what I'm saying? At home. What the hell? I've never seen this brother. When did he come through, bro? Like, and he's always playing big games. Baldy is always flipping injured in big games. I can't handle it. Baldy, you got to stay fit, bro. I don't trust this guy. Cabarsi, to be honest, played bad. Cabarsi, I think he needs to hold bench. It's not even because he's bad. Because, bro, you're a young defender, bro, and he makes mistakes. He's good, Flawless, but he makes mistakes. And you know what it is? I'll tell you something at Barca. I don't know if you guys have the same thing at Man United. It's that La Masia, sometimes they love him too much. Like,
yeah. Currently, that happens. Yeah. Especially because you lot have had great success. People are always looking for that. And it's like, yo, my name is Xavi. He's not in the
bro, facts. You know, bro, like you might be good in the future, but like right now you're 18. You don't have to start. I've never heard of an 18-year-old who must start. Like, why do we have to force him to start right now? Like, we're not even doing him any favors, bro. Let him hold bench for a bit. He'll start by the time he's 22, right? He'll be ready. Bro, I don't even know what to say. Bro, thank you, Warrior, bro. Big up, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Tomorrow, bro, emergency, bro. Yo, shout out Lee Gunner, bro. Emergency meeting vibes, brother. Oh God, oh man, I gotta listen to them, bro. Donnie Olmo, bro. You know what the fan base been calling him recently? Donnie Almost, because he almost does it, bro. Man never does it, though. Bro, you know what I'm saying? He's like a guy that he talks smack, but he's never gonna do anything about it.
Wait, yo, that is great, yo.
I'm not.
That is one of the greatest slander names.
That's the first time I ever heard it. I can't even lie. That's the first time I heard
it. Bro, hold up. How you gonna hold up?
Wait, I'm finished. Hold on. Wait, yo.
Bro, I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm being so real, bro.
No, he knows. He just can't take it.
Bro, man, like Donnie Almost.
Oh my God, that is brilliant.
Brother, I've never seen a guy. Bro, I've never seen a guy, bro, who's, bro, I'm telling you, he's like one of them hold me back type of guys. Like, you're not going to do anything, dog. Like, for real, like every single time. Bro, Donnie Olmo, you know what's the worst part?
I'm never going to look at him the same again, yo. When sorry. Start that back again. Go on, Donnie Olmo. Go on.
Donnie Olmo's a good player, but, bro, this season he's been horrible. Like, bro, for last season he was a baller. Last season, bro, he was doing some stuff that I was like, yo, this guy's a flipping baller. Money well spent, right? And we don't got much money, so we got to spend our money well. So, but this season, bro, I don't know what's happening, bro. Like, I don't know if the injuries have done him. This season, he's been flipping bad, bro. I mean, other than that, bro, like, so yeah, Olmo, Kunde, De Jong for me was bad. I thought Gerard Martin, he's always bad.
Yo, your mic just went off.
Yeah, he just cut out.
Yo, Danny,
Danny, bro, listen. Kunde, De Jong, they were bad. I thought Olmo was bad. I mean, Gerard Martin, he's always bad. It doesn't matter. Cabarsi was bad. I mean, Chesney, bro, I don't blame him, bro. Some of these, brother, Chesney, bro, listen, bro. Man be like hotboxing. Like, you expect him to save us, bro. Let's be real, bro. Man like Chesney, bro. Like, he's the backup goalie. He didn't even expect to be playing this game until like a week ago, bro. So it is what it is, bro. I'm not gonna lie, it's a bad loss. Hansi Flick didn't, bro. Hansi Flick, bro, you know what it is, Flaws? So many guys were bad at the same time. That's what it was, bro. Like, I don't know, man. This is probably the worst coached game I've seen Flick. Like, he got everything wrong, bro. I don't even know what to say.
How have you been getting on in La Liga, in your opinion? Like, how have your performances been like overall?
Nah, I'll say this though. La Liga, bro, because dude, like Flawless, I'm like a guy, like I watch like rants a lot, bro. Like, bro, I'm a flipping performance-based guy, dude. So in the first 3 games of La Liga, I was like, yo, we're winning, but we're not winning and we're not playing well, and this is not sustainable. But this is my thing with people. They're so results-based that it's like, bro, you're only complaining because you've seen the result. You know what I'm saying? You didn't watch it, bro. You don't care about the game. We've not, for the first 3 games, we've had like, honestly, Floss, we've had like 2, maybe 3 good games this whole season. Like, actually quality. Yeah, I mean, bro, Valencia.
I've not watched you lot until recently. I've not watched you lot till recently. But yeah, go on.
Okay, we played well against Getafe, Valencia. That's really it. All the other games, I don't think we played well, dude. So that's only 2 games. And you know what? Nah, yeah, that's probably 2 games. Even the Newcastle game, I don't say that as well. That was a 50-50 game, and Rashford just pulled through. You know what? Rashford's been a bit inconsistent, but yo, I'll say this, guys. I know it's a lot of Prem fans. They like to troll him. He's actually done solid, bro. He's flipping held his own, bro. I'll give him that. And it's like, bro, Rashford, bro, I've seen players on my club just sink as soon as they walk through the door. So I don't think he's a bad player. I think Flick's got a plan for him. But I'm not even joking. On my reaction, I couldn't believe it, bro. I thought these guys, bro, some pagans, bro. I couldn't believe it, bro. But I mean, you guys probably watched the game, I'm assuming. So y'all can.
Yeah, I did watch the game. I did think you lot started well. But then once PSG got into it, like the 35 minute, it was all them. Like, you can't. The biggest compliment I can play PSG is that it's a deserved win. I don't think any Barcelona fans, and obviously this being you speak, I didn't know your thoughts on this up until this point, can be mad or like upset about PSG winning the game. Like, they were worthy winners, which is rare to say going to the new camp.
And you know what I have to say? It's even worse. Brother, let's be real. I don't like Ousmane Dembele, bro. Real talk, brother. I do not like Ousmane. Bro, imagine if Ousmane Dembele was there on the end of those chances. Imagine Kvaratskhelia, Doué. We got flipping lucky, dude. This could have been. I genuinely believe we lose 4-1 if they got their starters. That's how bad it was, bro. But I don't know. We just gotta fix up. And I don't. You know, I gotta say this.
Go.
Like, we're a flipping big club, but we got a lot of fans that don't flipping understand the club. Like, we're a giant club, bro. Like, you cannot be dominated, pinned back at home. I've never seen this ever. I've seen a couple of times when we had horrible rosters, but that's different because that's horrible rosters. But those guys, I didn't expect to win with those guys, bro. Like, those guys, they play for vibes, bro. They're not winning trophies. This roster right here, come on, bro. That's one of the worst home UCL games I've seen from Barca when it comes to we're actually a good team. Like, that was pretty poor, man.
Yeah. And welcome to the world of like Man United and Tottenham and Dortmund. Well,
yeah, man really said, I don't know how you do this every week.
You know what I'm saying? Let's say I was dead, bro. What? Well, this is my life,
bro.
Welcome. You don't need to take Galatasaray. Welcome to hell. Nah, this is the real hell over here, man. You know what I'm saying?
What the hell?
And you'll slide down, man. Like, you slide down the slide, go a few levels down. Like, you think you know hell? No. I'm saying, welcome over here. There's a whole trap door. I'm telling you. There's a whole
relax, bro. But bro, you know what it is? Flawless. You don't understand, bro. I understand like being bad, but bro, you know when you don't have possession of the ball, you have no say in the game. Like, you can't do nothing about it, bro. Like, legit, you got nothing.
Exactly. That's what we've been through.
Yeah, like, I support these. Yeah. I know what it's like having no.
I support 2 clubs like that.
Nah, bro. I ain't gonna tell.
1, 2.
Nah, bro. Listen, Flaws. This was bad. You know what, Man United fans, y'all got some strength, bro. Because I know I watch a lot of Man United, bro. I don't know how you guys always play on the break, bro. Playing on the break every game, bro, that shit ain't healthy, bro. Like, you don't even control your destiny to a certain degree. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying?
Hi. You know what I'm saying? My name is Flawless.
Crazy.
We get, yeah, what I'm saying.
How you doing?
This is what makes us tough, man. Like shit. Like,
Yeah, that's Omar, I'm gonna send it through to you now. Give me a sec. I was just trying to find you.
Shit,
Yeah,
they're gonna
Prime,
send them out to pull up.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to Omar. You good, Prime?
Oh, me? Yeah, I'm good.
Daddy over Prime. I was checking in to make sure you blessed. You good? Yeah.
No, I wasn't.
You could have talking about Deion Sanders, bro. Prime time.
I don't know who Deion Sanders is.
No, I'm talking to Flawless.
Nah, JT, even 2 wins in a row. I just want 2 Premier League wins in a month. Give me that. I don't even want them in a row. Do one at the start and one at the end, and that's an improvement. You think
it's bad? Lord, you think that is bad, bro? I would forget the win. I just want a good performance. Fuck. No, I'm saying, bro. Like I'm seeing like 1 loss in 9 matches, bro. And my team is suffering.
Hey, I just want to complete a 90 minutes without getting someone sent off.
Yeah,
I just want my goalkeeper and center back to just not.
No, you're asking for too much now.
I just need my goalkeeper to just make a save and pass 5 yards. I'll be real.
Bro, what the hell? Nah, bro, listen, yo, Flawless, you can't be saying, like, I'll take 2 wins a month, bro. That's crazy. That's insane.
Hey, yo, all right, this is how you don't know is bad. We don't win 2 Premier League games in a month. You know, the last time, all right, I go one forever. You know, the last time we won 2 Premier League games in a month, it wasn't the year.
It was the year.
Wait, no, hold on. When did you beat Burnley?
September.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
See, don't get mistaken. You know what I'm saying? No.
Wait,
sorry,
no, and you beat Chelsea.
No. We beat Burnley was August.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made that same mistake. Burnley was like the 30th.
Because the international, remember, international break was then after that. After Burnley was international break.
So you know how bad it is. We haven't won 2 Premier League games in the same month all year.
Bro, yo, that's crazy, bro. You know what? I take that back. I didn't know that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I'm being serious.
That's
we won one
crazy.
game. We won 1 game in January. We won 1 game in February. We won 1 game in March. We won 1 game in April, and 1 game in May. And then we won 1 game in August and won 1 game in September.
Nah,
bro. 1 game in October.
Nah, but Flawless, you're getting context though. He needs his own player. You're getting that.
Yeah, he does. Nah, he got 2 in a month last season, but I swear it was what's it called? It was
This was like yeah, it was
because I remember going through this. One of the United fans going back and forth with me, like back in August, was trying to talk because I kept saying when we United win back-to-back games, and he kept telling me we've won back-to-back games under Amara. He was trying to use your Carabao Cup game with the Prem, and then your Europa League Prem, and I was like, have you won back-to-back games in the Premier League?
Oh, I tell a lie. Sorry, my bad. January we won 2. That's it. It's January. So since February we haven't. I stand corrected. I'm just double checking it here right now.
Yo, be real, yo, you guys. I don't know how you guys haven't sacked your manager, bro. That's flipping crazy. Yo,
I'm just double checking.
You winning 1 game a month, bro. What the?
Yeah. So I stand corrected. So January, outside of January, we won 1 game a month since. So February, March, April, May, August, and September.
Bro, listen, y'all are tweaking, bro. You guys. How does he have a job then, bro? 1 game a month.
That's my ownership. And just to clarify to Prime, yes, the Burnley game was the 30th of August.
What are you saying though? Like most United fans, do they
not back-to-back? That's back-to-back home games, though, no?
Yeah, home games. Yeah, home games. But this is not it.
You know what? I know this. You know what? I know this because when you guys beat us, there are United fans trying to flex on me, saying we've won back-to-back home wins.
Yeah, because that was the first time he's won back-to-back home games. But I just want
forever. And for forever.
No, I just want 2. Please win 2 Premier League games in a month. Just do 1 at the start and 1 at the end. You don't even have to.
Talking about
back-to-back wins. You know that he keeps his job. You know that, right?
Say that again.
If he gets back-to-back wins, that would keep
probably. I mean, shit. Like he doesn't even get. No, I'm saying he doesn't even do it right. He doesn't even get that, and he's still in the job. So that's probably likely.
Matt, you beat Chelsea. All you have to do is beat Brentford, bro.
Yeah, we
Shout
lost.
out Chelsea, man, barbecue chicken. But you know what? Talk about actually multiple wins. You know the guy that obviously is saying like, yo, he's not cutting his tail to Man United win 5 games in a row. You know what's funny? You know what's funny about that is because I was thinking, yo, he's doing the low key for the clout, yeah. But then he actually gave a good reasoning because in the season prior there was a stretch under Ten Hag where I think Man United under Ten Hag it was, and there was a stretch where Man United went when Man United won 3 games in a row. This was like just a little bit over a year ago.
Capable of it. That's what makes it so bad.
That's what I say. So the fact that he thought, okay, we got this close to 5 games. Fuck, let me do this. So, yo, actually, no, this is actually crazy when you think about it. Like, this is the only manager where I genuinely feel like, yo, this guy is actually struggling to even get 2 games together. Imagine 3. Free. You might go to church on the same Sunday.
It's mad. It is. It's crazy. Big up Asian pops in the cut as well. So yeah, just to clarify, yes, he won 2 games. He won 2 games in the month, 2 Premier League games in the month of January, and hasn't done that since. Bear in mind, it's now October the 2nd.
I mean, but the work question is what is remember when I had this conversation with you, Prime, about how even though Chelsea fans want you guys to be at least in the title race, maybe it's not the ownership expectation to be in the title race. So what about Man United? So what about Man United? Because they brought shout out to Omar B, not Omar BYT, Omar B at United. He said 2028. So what if this is all leading to 2028?
But is it Barada or
Yeah, it's Barada. It was him. It was him. He said 2028.
Most of my United I guess information I get is from either the Q&As or the Mandem United. From watching Mandem Talk on Saeed's channel.
Yeah.
Someone said that. Didn't someone at United, was it Barada or Ratcliffe? Didn't someone say that your squad is like good enough to finish top 5 or something like that?
Yeah, because I think it was Ratcliffe, because that's the reports that came out and said that's the aim. They've said like they get European football. They didn't. I don't think they specified like what European competition, but they just said European football.
Which again, he's not wrong.
Agreed. I agree with you. That's what infuriates me even so much so that I'm like, hey, this team can get top 6.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
But what if he technically what if he's technically looking at it? Because from a point perspective, Andrew like a win away for being like that. Because the thing, even though we all, because
it won't be just. But sorry, go on.
Yeah, no, this is what I'm saying. Innit? Like, but this is what I'm saying. Innit? This like you know,
like Fergie always said, don't look at the table until you're 10 games in.
Because no, I know. But this is what I was trying to. This is what I'm trying to get at is that because we know this doesn't take rocket science to kind of figure that out. That of course the table is going to look close because it's the still start of the season. But that's why it makes it even more hilarious to me that they can't make that prediction and they still not begging, but hoping on the idea of he can turn it around because it's so close in the table, which is crazy to me.
Like that's it. Like Sean said, they're big up Omar as well. 9 Prem wins in his manager's tenure. He's about to go into the 11th month. It tells you all you need to know. But well, I said that
you can have my manager.
Any else of the saviors and all this crap. Yeah, fantastic, great. Run up the like the subscribe button as well. Omar, obviously you joined the chat as Giannis was talking about your game against. I can see how happy you are about the result. Thoughts, man? The floor's yours.
I mean, the better team won.
Facts.
I don't think, let's just call it for what it is. PSG showed why they are champions. You see, people need to understand, bro. There's a reason why most of the time you watch football teams, right, do so well in the league, and then when they go to the Champions League, it's like a completely different beast. We used to see it in the past with like City. in like when they were first bought, right? And they were getting into the Champions League. Yeah, they were doing well in the league, but when they went to the Champions League, they always finished bottom. Why? Because it's a different kind of kettle of fish. You can't have the same mindset of, yeah, if we lose today, we'll just come back and win tomorrow. You always got to take every single game like it's an elimination game. There is something wrong with, I'm very honest with you, Flores. There's something intrinsically wrong with this Barca team. And this is a problem that has been an issue now for years at Barca in the Champions League, right? If you've noticed how we've been getting knocked out of the Champions League, we don't just lose where you're like, okay, they were not, they gave their all, but in the end, they just played against the better team. You always look at it, you're like, nah, man, Barcelona had this in the bag. Barcelona screwed themselves here. Barcelona messed up here. They should have done, like last season was the best example. Well, think about it. We had a 3-2 lead with 90 seconds to go. Any team with a brain would have sat out those 90 seconds. We decided to go forward, and then we let them in, and then they scored the third. And then we went on to lose the game in extra time. That was on us. That was on us for not sitting back and actually taking the lead, right? And winning that game and focusing on the final. Yeah. You look at the season before against PSG, funny enough. We went to our second leg at the Montjuic with a 3-2 lead. We already did the hard job, winning away at Paris Saint-Germain. Now let's actually come to our stadium and just get a draw. Doesn't matter, bro. You don't need to win. Right? But no, we came into that game and we completely shit the bed. Araujo getting sent off after 30 minutes. And that basically derailed the manager's entire tactic. We can go back to Liverpool. We can go back to 2018 against Roma. There's something intrinsically wrong with this team, Flores, right? Because the Barca that I see in La Liga is complete 360 to the team I see in the Champions League. And today's performance, it proved it. As fans, right? Obviously, we looked at the PSG team and thought, this PSG team is pretty wounded. Barcelona should beat this PSG team. They have no Dembele, they have no Doué, they have no Kvaratskhelia, they have no Marquinhos, right? João Neves is now injured. He was injured before that. He was barely fit. That's why he didn't start, right? Vitinha is coming back from injury. He didn't even train apparently this weekend because he was still like semi-injured. Right? Fabian Ruiz is coming back from injury. So they don't really have any fit players in their top.
Come back from injury. I didn't even know that going very well.
And I'm just sitting there like, okay, the only player that's coming to this team from injury is Yamal. But apart from him, everyone is really basically 100%. Right? Okay, we should win this game. It should be our win. But the problem is this. As fans, we can say that. It's not the player's job to go into the game thinking like that. Coming with that mentality of, these guys don't have their key players. They're going to sit back. Why would you think like that? You should have come into this game like they had their best 11. Because I can tell you right now, if they had their best 11, we would have played completely differently. We would have played with more urgency. We played today. We were so lax in the way we played because we just thought, okay, man, this game is in the bag. Don't worry, they're not gonna defend. They're not gonna attack us. When they got that equalizer and they finally smelled blood, look at what happened. In the second half, they were just cooking us. And in the end, they got exactly what they deserve. But this is why I can never trust this team in the Champions League. I can never trust them in the Champions League. Exactly. Look at the game against Liverpool in Anfield in 2019. Nice. That's a perfect example. We had a 3-goal lead, and they had no Salah, no Firmino. So we went into that game thinking they were going to sit back. And look at how that game ended. It's always the same. It's always us. We always shoot ourselves in the foot every single time we play in the Champions League. Every single time. It's always us. We are our biggest enemies in Europe. We never let the other team beat us. No, we beat ourselves up before the other team beats us. That's why every time when we talk about Champions League, you know this. Thanks. You notice I barely mention Champions League every time the season starts. Because I know I can never trust this team when the crunch game comes around. I can never trust them because they just have this tendency to just switch off.
Bro, and Omar, you know what's crazy? When we had that path and we reached the semifinal, they tricked me, bro. I genuinely believed. I genuinely thought. Brother, when Rafinha scored, I genuinely thought, bro, like the next time I could actually believe in this team to win the Champions League is when they're flipping about to lift the trophy after the game's over. Because I can't trust them, bro. Omar, I don't know about you. I said, bro, this was one of the worst games I've ever seen. Ever. By Barcelona at home. How are we the home team? And we're playing like the away team. How did PSG in the second leg? They turned us into Getafe. We couldn't touch the ball. That was embarrassing. Bro, I don't know what to say. Bro, Omar, that was horrible. Bro, and can you imagine if they had Dembele and they had got their actual guys? I think we lose 4-1. I told Flawless.
Heavily.
I think we lose by at least 2 more goals because they missed a lot of chances, bro. And it wasn't saves from Shazi. It was just wide, just blocked. Brother, if that's Dembele, he's hitting that. So
you got fans having the nerve to say, "Oh well, we didn't have Rafinha and Jean Garcia." Okay, those guys are 2 big misses. Well, compare that to what PSG had to come into this game.
Yeah,
PSG could have lost this game thinking, "Well, listen, man, things would have been different if we had our first 11." They could have easily made that excuse. They could have come with that excuse.
Omar, I have to. My bad for cutting you off, but I have to say it, bro. But I said in my match, bro, I flipping unleashed, bro. I said, but Cabarsi cannot start. I do not care anymore. I'm done. But I've defended you. La Masia, cool. I don't give a damn. Bro, I don't care. It gets to a point where you're costing us games too many times. Big moments. You guys say, because the fan base, they always say Araujo costing them big moments. He does too. Inter, Dortmund, Benfica, today. Why is he gambling? Why are you gambling, bro? Just keep on, bro, it's ridiculous. And I have to say, Omar, real quick. They have, bro, there's a different energy with Araujo. Araujo, understand. I've cooked Araujo. But, dude, we have to keep it flipping fair.
It's a PR thing, bro. You got to understand. You know what it is? Every one of our clubs has it. I'm sure even Flawless and Prime and Jess can say it, right? There's always that one player at your club that always escapes criticism and you just sitting there like, yo, why does nobody ever give it the same energy for this guy that they give for that guy? I would say,
you know what? My club captain, but they go on.
You know what? Let's go around and do this. Let's go around. Flawless.
Please, by all means. Let me
hey, my club captain, man. Like you are trying to set me up.
Hold on. You know one player I can think of at United, honestly, Flawless?
Go on, I'm listening.
Bruno for Pogba. Because Pogba was getting crucified by your media, but the opposite happens to Bruno. Other thing, bro, at the time Pogba had one game, bro, you would never hear the end of it, bro. They had a witch hunt on this guy, and then Bruno can put on stinker after stinker after stinker, and if it's not Roy Keane, nobody else is calling him out. Everyone's like, but he's got this amount of goals and assists. This is ridiculous. That's what I have to do with Kobashi, and because remember the twist, Araujo is not incredible, but Araujo's actually had a great start to the season. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it because everybody's waiting for him to mess
Omar,
up.
Basically, you're saying Korbasi is academy tax, so we can't say anything bad about him.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
So Omar, we basically have to say your academy kid is world class, yeah? Is that what you have to be?
He's on the path.
It's almost like you're a Chelsea fan. Cool.
Thank you.
Peace.
Bro, I have to say
Brian, we get it, man. You don't have to do the main character thing, man. Go on, bro.
I have to say this though, bro. When it comes to Araujo, bro, I don't care, guys. When it comes to Araujo, it's like people are waiting. Like they got the ammo ready for Araujo, bro. They're waiting. Bro, everybody's got the rifles out for him to flip him, make the wrong mistake. Bro, what the hell? I've never seen a guy have, bro, this whole season, he's arguably a top 3 Barca player right now. Nobody cares. Nobody cares how good you play. It's crazy. I've never seen this. People, like, it's insane on social media. They don't give a damn if he plays well. They're waiting for him to make a mistake. Cabarsi, though, he's already had multiple. He's probably had 3 or 4 games that have been mid. And Barca fans, if I criticize him on my channel, best believe people are already there saying, how could you criticize him? He's 18. Bro, when does it wear off, though? Bro, I don't care about what age you are. I don't flipping care about what age you are if you're costing me the Champions League because I'm out. I'm eliminated, bro. I don't get it, bro. What's man saying in the chat, bro? He said he balled out last game. Bro, you guys saw Newcastle. Araujo balled out against Newcastle. Big game.
Yeah, but nobody's talking about it.
Nobody cares. Omar, nobody cares. Bro, let me tell you what's happening. I'm telling you, Omar, right? Everybody's
they're waiting for him to mess up. That's what it is.
I just said that.
I dare the first person to tell me that Araujo, bro, I swear to God, I'm going to start crashing out on some of our fans. I dare one of these people to actually come to me.
Can I ask a question, you guys?
No, what's that? What's that just?
Can I ask you? Can I ask you guys a question? Question about the Araujo, because it's actually very interesting, because it's like I feel like it's similar to him. Like I feel like it's guys like Upamecano, for example, where I feel like Upamecano is actually a really good player, but his reputation for when it's in the big games and big moments where he has flopped many times, especially against Premier League teams, people think he's not a good player. Do you think it stems from that Araujo's past mistakes, people are just riding on the agenda that like, yo, we can't rate you because we always make big mistakes?
Can I tell you what it is, Jess?
Yeah,
what it is? It was funny enough, the last time we played PSG in 2024, when he had that moment where he gave away that silly red card and basically wasn't taking criticism well, a lot of people just started going on his neck. Because here's the thing with Araujo. I'm not saying Araujo doesn't make mistakes, but I have seen other defenders in the team make the same mistakes as him that don't get the same flag as he does. You understand what I mean, right? He's getting, and this is the thing. There was a few 2 years ago, I remember people calling this brother one of the best defenders in the world.
Bro,
people were actually calling him the best defender in the world, right? So
yeah, I remember that.
Alongside Christensen, alongside Christensen, and that's Xavi's first season when he won the league. People were calling him one of the best defenders in the league, in the whole world, right? And then he had that moment. And since then, people have made up their mind that he's untrustworthy. People are like, oh, he doesn't fit the flick system. Yes, I don't think he fits the flick system. But here's the thing. As a defender, he's one of our best defenders. The guy, he's one of the best tacklers in the team. This guy barely makes any wrong tackles, bro. It's the opposite of Kobashi. Kobashi's tackles are always mistimed. When he makes a tackle, it looks perfect on like the reaction on like real time, and then you look at the replay and you're like, oh my god, bro, this guy. And this is the issue, right? Kobashi does have potential. Kobashi can become world class. He has the potential. He's still young, right? But the problem is people are so obsessed in trying to make him world class now. That's the biggest problem. They're trying to make him world class now. People don't want to accept that this guy needs time to grow into the position. People just think, oh, that's his next big thing. We got to play him until he shows us that potential. Nah, man. This is Barcelona. You play for Barca, bro. We at the end of the day, we have expectations of trying to win stuff. If you're not ready now, bro, you need to hold bench and learn the ropes.
But Omar, why does he have to play? Omar, why does he have to play? I don't understand it. Why does he have to play? Honestly, Omar, I have to say it. Eric has been better. Let's be honest. Forget about the PR and all. Eric has been better this season. Araujo has been better. Andres, for some reason, Flick doesn't start him enough, bro. Those three guys, I actually trust them right now more than Cabarsi. Like, Cabarsi can still turn it around. But, dude, my biggest problem is when Araujo makes a mistake, everybody's got their ammo. They got flipping their rifles out, ready to kill this guy. Bro, if he makes the wrong step, he's done. He's dead. Bro, Cabarsi, he's made numerous mistakes. Nobody cares. Araujo plays well. Nobody cares. It's crazy, bro. This is the insane double standard. I've never seen this at my club before.
Bro, it's I'm not even joking, bro. And this is the thing. This is why I call it out, because I've seen other football clubs go through this. Like I mentioned, I just mentioned Bruno. Bruno is the best example, right? I'm sure Prime and Jess can bring up one player at their club where they feel like this guy always gets away with everything.
Harry Kane.
Every club goes through this, bro. And this is why I always call it out, because people always come at me. People think I had a vendetta against Kobashi. I'm like, no, I don't. I just feel like people need to, if you are playing for Barca and you're starting for the club, it comes with standards. It comes with pressure. You are not exempt of criticism. I don't know why everybody, and this is the same thing with even Yamal. Sometimes when we were calling out Yamal during the Rayo game, I was getting cooked because I dared to criticize the golden boy. Excuse me, he didn't have a good game. Call him out. Every player, no player is exempt of criticism in this club. But everybody always wants to choose who they want to criticize. Don't give me that crap, bro. I criticize every single player at this club. And this is what I mean. Because this is the thing we need to get out of our minds. Because let me tell you something. Barca at their prime were not afraid to cut their losses. Okay? When Pep Guardiola was in charge, the first thing he did was get rid of Ronaldinho. Do you guys understand how loved Ronaldinho was at Barcelona?
Yeah.
This guy was one of my favorite players. He's my GOAT. One of my favorite players to ever play the game. A guy who made football beautiful. And many people were sad when he left. But this is the thing, bro. You got to put sentimental stuff out the window, bro. The fact of the matter is, if you look at Ronaldinho in 2008, he wasn't passionate about the game anymore. The guy was spending time partying, enjoying life, doing his thing. And Barcelona, bro, you always got to be on it every single year. That's why in the end, Pep had to let Ronaldinho go. It was understandable. And the same applied with Deco. Deco had to leave because they were partying, bro. These guys were partying all night and then coming back to training the next day drunk. You understand what I mean, right? And Pep Guardiola wanted to bring a team of players who were hungry for success. That's why he brought in Busquets. He brought in guys like Pedro, right, from the academy. Busquets, and what happened that year? We ended up winning the sextuple. We won every single trophy. That's what you do, bro. At the end of the day, none of the sentimental stuff. We need to start bringing players who are playing right now, who are doing well. Kobashi, bro, you're not ready. Sit on the bench until I can trust you to actually turn up in the big moments. And listen, you're still young, bro. You still got a lot of time to still make this place your own. Christensen needs to play more. Christensen always plays well whenever he's played. But for some reason, he's not been offered a new contract. He's barely even playing. And every time he's playing, he's actually cooking. I'm like, bro, I'm seeing Kobashi messing up every single week and playing every single week.
Crazy.
Whether he started or benched. Absolute joke, man.
Bro, but Omar, I have to say this, bro. Even with the Yamal stuff, like the first 2-3 games, when he was playing bad, and he was just, he was being selfish, bro. And I called him out. Bro, I don't know if other fan bases got it, but, bro, why is our fan base so soft, bro? It's grown men.
Every fan base got it. Every fan base got it.
Bro, oh my God.
Manchester United, you got Duns, Flawless, Staffing, all these guys calling every single player, and they're getting absolutely cooked, everyone. And then look at Prime. Even Prime is saying over there, like, yo, I'm always having to fight.
Hey, Giannis, you know what you guys are finally realizing about your club? Your fans are just like everyone else.
Exactly, bro.
Welcome.
I always knew that about my club.
Awesome. Welcome to the real hell, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like, you know what I'm saying?
You may be a big Barcelona, but your fans are human.
No, bro, you know what it is? You know what it is?
We have too many dumb fans.
I'm having the time of my life right now. Like, I can't believe it.
Yo, I'm not even joking. It's going to sound out of pocket, but yo, some of these fans, bro, Donald Trump revoked the flipping, you know what I'm saying? The First Amendment, freedom of speech. Get rid of it.
Hey, yo, relax, man. Hey, listen, man. We don't.
Nah,
get off your chest, man. Say your piece. That's why.
Someone said to in it. Someone said to in it. I agree with you, bro. Come on.
Bro. I'm being so real.
I can tell you're pissed because that's a lot. But go on, get off.
Bro, that's how you know, bro. You know when you're pissed, bro. You start just saying stuff.
Yeah,
I
don't care, bro. Omar, bro, we couldn't get the ball in the second half. Are you crazy, bro? But that was a training session. PSG little broed us, bro. Bro.
By the way, you know, I did say, you know what the funny part is here, because I joined the watch along here and we did the watch along, and like I remember having the conversation about the game at the start, and I said I think PSG can get a result regardless of the youth players there, because I feel like the key foundation of the teams were still there. It's just the front three wasn't there, and I feel like you two, when you add the fact what you two have been talking about and the fact that the players might have actually underrated the players that were playing for PSG today in the situation that they were coming into this game, I feel like I had more of a reason actually to be right that PSG could have gotten a result today, because they even if there's youngsters out there, they have good youngsters. PSG got probably one of the best academies out there.
It's more than that, Jess. You know what it is? This is why it's important to have a good manager, bro. And this is why I always hear when people always call our manager, like, you know, when I'm listening to even guys like Flawless and Rans and all these guys talking about like Amorim and stuff like that. Bro, never underestimate what a manager can bring. Managers are the ones who bring the mentality difference. Okay, bro?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
When you look at that PSG team, they had injuries, but guess what? Enrique never allowed them to accept injuries as an excuse to not come to Barca and win. You understand what I mean, right? He was like, okay, Dembele is injured, Kvaratskhelia is injured, Doué is injured. So what? I expect you guys to turn up. I think you guys can do the job. I don't need those guys. You guys are here. I got you guys to do the job, right? At the end of the day, this is the issue, right? When you got some managers, right, who always are like, I need players here, I need players here, I need
Thomas Frank.
And when you do that, guess what? The players who are in the team right now, they'll be like, oh, well, you don't play the trust us. Why should we play for you?
You're right.
You understand what I mean?
Now, Omar, you're right, because remember Xavi was saying like crazy quotes like we can't compete with Real Madrid, and then he got fired. And then look, Hansi Flick walked through the door.
Yo, flawless. Yo, flawless. Yeah, run back to flawless. Run back.
I was gonna message you about this anyway.
Guys...
No. You didn't say anything wrong. To be honest, you didn't do nothing wrong. You're my G, you know that. What did Xavi say? Say that again.
Bro, man, at the end of his tenure, bro, Xavi, it was short and sweet. And you're my guy. He did a lot of good things, bro. Mm-hmm. He said he started wilding out, getting red cards after red card. And, bro, he said some quote along the lines like, bro, it's very difficult. Like, we can't compete with Real Madrid. Like, I'm paraphrasing. Bro, Laporta showing him the door, bro. Like, obviously, he came back. But, bro, basically, I don't think
Laporta... I said that, Giannis, because obviously he's been heavily linked to us. So that's why I was asking.
No, don't. This is why I don't want Xavi at your club. Because
I don't think he's going to work. I don't think he's going to work.
Xavi Hernandez, man. Xavi Hernandez. I'm telling you,
honestly, if I'm Xavi Hernandez, take that Etihad job, bro. I think that he will actually do well on that side of the world. Honestly, for me, you know what it is. You know what you guys need. Honestly, Flores. You know what United need. You guys need an Enrique. That's what you need. You need a manager. You need a manager who's gonna. First of all, he's gonna try to change the mentality, the mind state of the players of the club. You understand what I mean, right? Obviously, there's some players that don't need to be at the club, but he's first of all going to change the mentality, because that's what the problem is at United players. It's not just a player thing anymore. There's the loser mentality amongst your players and amongst the club itself, the people that are in. That's why I don't think it's a manager problem, because how many managers do you need to keep bringing in and sacking until things change? You need to. Clearly, Amorim is not the guy for the job, but the next guy that comes in needs to be a mentality monster, someone that's going to change the mentality of the club itself. Because until that changes, nothing is going to change at United.
Yeah, it's going to be the same thing. No, I hear you on that. My bad, you understand. I cut you off mid-flow. It's just a Xavi quote to me back. That's why Judge responded, because he knows what I was meant. But go on.
No, my point was just going to be like Xavi basically said, like, bro, like it's very difficult to compete. Like, we can't really compete with the finances and all this with Real Madrid, who can get whoever they want. But the thing is, Flick came through, had one signing, only Dani Olmo, bro, right? And we were trolling Dani Olmo earlier, bro. That was his one signing, and he won 3 out of 4 trophies. He didn't win the Champions. He got to the semis, though, with nothing, bro. Like, bro, we gave him Dani Olmo in a bag of chips, and he legit said, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. Flick, you know what I like about Flick? No excuses. This is what I love about Flick. You know why? Because flawless. You know what I love about Flick? And I think you would love Flick if you had him as your manager.
Oh,
bro,
yeah, they could have had him, you know.
You know what?
Remember that.
Yeah, but Omar, you know why I like Flick? Because, bro, when I say stuff, people always be like, oh, you're hating, you're negative. And then Flick says it the next day. Says the same thing as me.
Yeah, and everyone is like, oh, okay, yeah.
And I was like, yo, hey, you know what it is? It's not the message, it's the messenger, bro. Flick always calls it out, no excuses. That's why I flip and love it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but that's the thing. I think I
know about that right message, wrong messenger stuff. Trust me.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And I know how it feels when you write being hated, and then the manager come out and says the same thing.
And then everyone's like, "Oh, okay." The manager said it's got to be true. Then it's like, bro,
it's kind of like coming up a horrific season, sign 2 players, and people expect it to be drastically different. But hey, that's all.
Yeah, exactly. And you're sitting there like, nothing is gonna change, and then all of a sudden the manager.
All I'm saying, all those Spurs fans, man. Hey, last week was too early. Now, continue.
Also, before you guys continue, can I just say, you guys losing to an injury-riddled PSG, you've now just given Chelsea fans more ammunition to defend Chalobah and Sanchez. So thank you for that. Right. You make my job even more difficult. Thanks.
Always great. Like you want you to suffer, bro. Chalobah us. No sense.
Oh no, Jess. I'm not gonna suffer. They will when it goes wrong. They're gonna suffer. I'm gonna smile. But
you know what? Actually, I hear what you're saying, because I got the same mindset.
Yeah, back. Oh, but you know, Flawless will call me out for that mindset, but not Jez.
What mindset? What mindset will I know?
What mindset are you talking about? I'm confused.
Enjoying our fan suffering.
Oh yeah, I have been doing it. Just been honest. I've been telling him shut up. I just didn't do it, then.
Bro, Omar, I'm not gonna. Oh no, it's cool. But no, I was gonna say, bro, like Omar, bro, Koundé was so flipping bad today, bro. It got to the point where I don't even know if he was sober, bro. Like, real talk. Bro, how many passes to the other team, bro? Like countless. Like it was ridiculous, bro. I don't know if you caught that.
If I'm going to be honest, I think that we need to start considering putting Kunde back at center back and putting Eric Garcia at right back, because he does more of his work at right back than center back. I'm gonna be very honest. And look, man, I don't have an issue with the league. I think that we can still go on to win the league. Yes, but honestly, for me, the Champions League is a kettle of fish, because I've seen us win the Champions League, and I've seen what it took us to win the Champions League. People always
you are my actual pick, to be honest, but go on, carry on.
But that's the thing, flawless, bro. But you know this, because even you've seen your club win the Champions League too, right? Mm. Even in Sir Alex Ferguson's reign, right? The guy was in charge for almost 30 years. The fact that you guys only won 2 Champions League, it tells you the difference, because you guys always dominated the Premier League. Yes, you won the most Premier Leagues, but guess what? It never transcended in the Champions League for some reason. Because in the Champions League, it's a difference, bro. You gotta.
It's a different game, but you know what it was about that era? Go look at the rep. Nobody dominated. There was just a hell of, you know what it was.
Winning it itself. But you know what it is? Winning it itself.
Football is different. It is a different game. Yes, I agree.
But you remember your first one, Sir Alex Ferguson's first Champions League, that treble winning season in '99. The way you guys won that Champions League, you guys had to come back. Even in this, remember this in the semifinals against Juventus.
Yeah,
when you guys were 2-0.
It's one of my favorite.
Exactly, bro. It was a mentality thing, bro. You guys always never gave up. In the final against Bayern Munich, the same thing. You gotta have a mindset of never give up, bro. You never underestimate your enemy. You never underestimate any team you play against in the Champions League. But for some reason, for Barcelona, there's this arrogance that this team has now, where we always think because we're doing well in the league, we just have to do the same in the Champions League and we will win it. No, bro. No, because one mistake can cost you everything in the Champions League. And that's it. All you got to do is just mess up once and your time Champions League run is over. It's the same thing. Why do you think Wenger never won a Champions League? Because Wenger always tried to do the same thing that he was doing in the league, in the Champions League, and it didn't work. Because over there, one mistake and that was it. He was out of the Champions League.
You got to switch up, 100%. 100%. You got to switch up.
Ridiculous, man.
Ridiculous.
But,
yeah, we've had that.
But let me,
before you continue on, hey, you lot, run up the lights, man. What are we doing? Run up the lights. So the likes is way, way, way too low. There's over 140 of you lot in there. Only at 33 likes. Girls up to 50 likes. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to Giannis's channel. Subscribe to Omar's channel as well. Go on, Omar. What was you going to say?
So, yeah, what I was going to ask was this. Personally, for you, right? How much time do you guys think? I've been keeping my eye on United this season. And where do you? I mean, listen. I'm sure you're already you're the manager out now, so you don't want to be there anymore.
Been manager out.
I think that's
Giannis is all good. Go.
Yeah. So for you, right? For you, is there a manager right now that you think can change something? Because I'm gonna be very honest with you, Flawless. I don't think I think I want him to go, but I think this is deeper than just a manager problem.
No, in regards to it, is a manager joining being given the best possible platform to succeed? No. But then again, we'll just use the Premier League, for example. What big club are happy with the owners? Outside the city, who's like Liverpool, obviously FSG have done better this summer. Liverpool don't like FSG. We haven't even when we were successful, we didn't like our ownership. We didn't like the Glazers from the jump. They took over in 2005. Oh, yeah. We won 5 Premier Leagues from 2005 to 2013, including a 3-peat, including the Champions League, including I think it was a couple Carabao Cups. So in regards to the ownership,
flex on these niggas, man.
Nah, just letting people know in regards to it. So it's like, it's no excuse. It's do the best what you can. And the reason why Manchester United fans like myself crashed on the Glazers during that period, because as much as we won, we should have won more. And we didn't win more because you lot didn't equip us best to win even more, which we should have. So in regards to that, the manager-wise side of things, control the controllables. If you have good players, let's say, for instance, I think United are the 6th best team in the league. All right, finish 6th then I can crash it on the owners. If you do everything in your power to and either achieve or overachieve or get players performing to their level or better, I go, all right, cool. That's all I'm asking for. So in regard to it, I'd go get Areola. I've said this. That would be mine, but I'd go with
Areola.
Yeah, Areola from Bournemouth. Yes, that's who I'd go and get. Because again, maybe a little bit of my ignorance, and Jez might crash on me for this or others in the chat. I don't rate their team like that. From an individual standpoint, I really, really don't.
Nah, go on. You're not necessarily wrong. Like when it comes to the Bournemouth thing, like their team last season was definitely a lot better than it is this season, but you can still see how it's functioned in terms of even despite the players that they have lost this summer, because it's the foundations. It's the foundations that Ariola's putting out there, and I feel like as long as you got certain profiles out there and you have certain type of players who can help you execute it, you're gonna get the same results. It's just it's gonna be different names, different faces, and that. So I don't disagree because I feel like Bournemouth, at best, in my opinion, is a mid-table club at the moment, or a mid-table team. And I think most people would take Man United's team over Bournemouth team. So I do think that team is a little bit better than people say it is, but I still think it's mid-table.
But I'm talking about, when I say that, not the team, I'm talking about individuals, just because I would think about how I look at it is, all right, let's swap teams, and we give Bournemouth Manchester United's players, and Manchester United have Bournemouth's players. The team,
I agree with
from an individual standpoint, what would the fan base, what would people in the chat say to me about the team? What would be the general consensus in mainstream media and on social media about this team and the lack of quality? Bear in mind, I think Semenyo's quality, yes.
Right.
Outside,
I agree with
I don't
that.
know too much about the new signings in regards to defense. I don't rate their attackers midfielders like that. I really.
This is what I was.
Hold on, Jazz. I got a question. Flawless. Where did Bournemouth finish last year, actually?
Ninth.
Ninth.
And where did you have their squad, Flawless, last year?
I didn't check. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't give it a rating. Respectfully, it's Bournemouth.
Yeah, I feel like
when I look at their team, if someone, let's say you would have said to me, Prime, on a Q&A, oh, Bournemouth are going to finish ninth, I would have been like, nah, not a chance.
Okay, what about now? Like this season, where do you have Bournemouth?
Even now, yeah, I think they can, but more so, that's on him. Because he's shown me he can do it with those players. I mean
the squad. Just look at the squad. Where do you have Bournemouth?
Oh, the squad. What, from an individual perspective?
If you compare the squad to other squads in the league, forget all the managers.
I still will have it around the same between. I still would have it between 9th to 13th. We just damn near the table.
Right, so let's give it. So we're saying is that squad? So let's do this. Is the squad better than any of the big six squads?
No. All right. For me, the teams for me that definitely better for me are the big six clubs. Right, well, the big six club. So that's 6 clubs right there. Brighton, Villa,
8.
Brighton, Villa, Newcastle. So that's 9 teams right there.
Brighton,
and then I said Brighton already.
Fulham.
I don't think it's better than them. I'll be honest.
All right, Palace.
This one I'm saying. This is what I was about to go to Palace. So that's 10 right there. And then after that, I think it's a debate then. So it's like, that's what I mean. It's between 9 to 12, 13, which is mid-table, which I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at with it. Like Jez obviously knows a little bit more about it than I do in regards to the new signings and stuff like that. But the point,
honestly, from an individual, because you were specifically speaking about the individual.
I was talking about the individual because we look at that's how well he's managed them is because we now look at them as a team. I'm talking about if they was on paper and you take away all the managers. And you just look, and you get 20 pieces of paper with all squads. That Bournemouth team is not being rated highly, just from an individual.
No, absolutely not. And I agree with that too, Flawless. And here's the thing, right?
But we judge them higher because of, obviously, you need.
But can I ask you this, Flawless? Because hold on.
Let him go.
I just want to make my point because I get why you want Ariola. To be fair, I think he's actually a very good coach, but. You always talk about how players or managers would do better elsewhere or whatever and come to United and the pressure at United, they'll crumble and they'll go to another club and do well. Right. And you talk about how United, that's different. Do you not think the same thing will happen to Ariola?
Potentially. So, there's only one way to find out before you go, Omar. That's a great question. It's like and I made this point when I was talking, me and Rance was talking about it. It's like taking a penalty in the Champions League final. There's no substitute for it. You can take 100 penalties for the whole season. Every day, you can take 50 penalties every single day. From the start of the preseason all the way up until the day of the Champions League final. But that long walk and the stadium and the pressure you are under, you can't replicate that. So could him or a Glasner or somebody else who's not been at that level crumble? Yes. But there's only one way to find out. Well,
For example, the Champions League final, I'd have my penalty taker be someone who's taken penalties in pressure situations.
true.
Would you not rather get a manager that's managed at a big club before?
Facts.
But then in the same time though, but in the same time you can make
who's that guy? Who?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean,
it depends.
I go one further. The reason why it's not applicable because both Amorim and Ten Hag manage that big clubs.
And also, Flores, to be fair,
remember
before last season, before we got Flick,
Lisbon are not.
Go on,
Compared to United, Lisbon are not a big club.
I agree.
No, but if you compare it to United, it's literally Real Madrid, Barcelona.
I mean, big club in terms of how you view, say, the top 6 clubs.
United,
Bayern, Barca, Dortmund, like clubs like that, not like a Sporting.
You can take penalties in a pressure situation, but taking a penalty in a Champions League situation is a pressure you've never been in before. There's no pressure like it.
Yeah, but if you've taken penalties in, a semi-final, if you've taken penalties at the Bernabeu, etc., that is in kind
but
of.
It's not the same.
Actually, let me actually go there with.
But what I mean in terms of like managing at a big club, a Chelsea. Fine, Chelsea are not Man United, obviously, but managing at a big club like a Chelsea or like
Chelsea are the only, but there's no who's the man. There's no manager out there. Who's the manager?
Well, then I ask the next manager that comes in, like what do you want from that manager? What is the expectation?
Just to make us
do you want like a new style? Do you just want to steady the ship and get to sixth in the league?
Steady the ship, build it. And
just steady the ship and basically make yourself hard to beat.
Build the ship. We ain't even at sea. No, build the ship. Make the ship. What's the word I'm looking for? What is it? I don't know. Make the ship shippable.
Elevate the ship. Yeah, I got what you mean.
No, but the ship's broken down. We like.
We build the door, bro.
No.
I need you to build the door.
Because there are managers out there you can get who can, like, say from now until the end of the season, they'll be able to have you finish, say, 6th or 5th or 7th, and then from then that is good from now until the end of the season. And then in the summer, you then assess what you actually want to do. That's my point. 100%. That's why I'm asking, because I can get you the manager just for the short term, or there's managers for the long term. But like,
I would preferably go and get an interim. But the thing is with this, like I said, there's no substitute for being at Manchester United. The only substitutes are Barcelona, Real Madrid, Liverpool, Arsenal, Bayern Munich.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But there's managers out there.
Before you go, I'm going to get to your man. Don't worry. Outside of Xavi and Zidane, I don't think they're fit for what we are right now. If we was 3rd or 4th, Xavi and Zidane would be top of my list because we're trying to elevate from 3rd off. This is like, for instance, I've been using this example. You're bottom of the league after 7 games. You're making a managerial change, and you say go get Pep Guardiola. No, Pep Guardiola is one of the greatest managers of all time. But he's not fit for this. I don't think Xavi or Zidane are fit for this. Right.
I'm not talking about Xavi or Zidane, but there are managers out there.
So who are the managers then you talking about? Because they're the only two that fit criteria.
Would you take Conte?
No.
For example.
We know how it goes with Conte. No.
I'll be honest. It would be horrible.
I'm talking about for the short term.
No, if you're gonna do that,
but he's not short-term manager.
Yeah, he won't be short-term.
In this situation that United's in, where we saying about rebuilding something, Conte's not the guy for that.
Well, I'm not talking about rebuilding. I'm talking about now just getting you to.
Yeah, but this is the point. But it's the point. United need to be rebuilt though. That's the point.
I do know they need to be
rebuilt. Interim, to be honest, I think an interim could do that.
I agree with Flo.
Okay, so you take an interim now, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'd take Carrick or Ruud van Nistelrooy right now. Yeah,
okay, cool.
Carrick would do a good job.
That's the conversation I'm trying to have. Like right now,
that's my preferred move, but I know they won't do that. My preferred move is to go get an interim. I would go and get Ruud or Carrick right now and just have them out to see it out to the end of the season. But I don't think they'll do that. I think they'll go and get a permanent manager, personally. But hey.
But Flores, can I just say this now, right? When it comes to Manchester United, right? And I do agree with you. There's not like a lot of like top big managers right now who manage big clubs who are available right now, right? I think that the dream scenario for you, Flawless, right? The dream manager that I would like to see manage your club would probably be Enrique, because I think Enrique would instill a different mentality at Manchester United, right? He's not afraid to get rid of his best players. Like, he is not afraid to fall out with anyone. But I can tell you, even at Barca, he fell out with Messi at some point. He fell out with Neymar. He fell out with all those guys, but when they were not doing what he wanted. He's a guy who's not gonna afraid to let Bruno Fernandes know you're not good enough, bro. You're not you either start pulling your weight or you're out of here. You understand what I mean? Right? Doesn't care whether the pundits or the media who they like it or not. He doesn't care, but he'll fight everyone, right? Because he wants players that are going to do what he wants, both on the pitch but also mentally as well. You understand what I mean, right? Mm-hmm. So for me, I feel like what you guys need right now, because right now, let's be honest, right? The confidence is on the floor when it comes to United. Let's be clear here, right? Ten Hag and Amorim have really killed the confidence for the fans. Right now, any manager that comes in, if they can make Manchester United hard to beat, if they can make Manchester United consistent, that's the important thing, consistent, right? Where they can actually do the job, maybe not always be incredible, maybe not challenge for top 4 in their first season or challenge for Europe, but at least show progress, show that, okay, man, we just need to buy some players here and there, and we believe in this manager can actually take us to where we need to be. Not sitting here trusting the process like Arsenal. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, what you guys need is a manager who's, first of all, going to change this loser mentality that exists at your club. Too many players are comfortable at this club now. This is why you guys are not performing, because everyone's comfortable. I'm telling you right now, Flores, that is the first thing that needs to change at Manchester United. No one needs to be comfortable anymore. Everyone needs to know either you perform or you're out of here, because we should not be where we are right now. This is Manchester United, like Gary Neville usually says, but this is a fact. Manchester United, in my lifetime growing up, I grew up in an era where I watched Manchester United challenge for leagues every year of my first, I'm talking about 17 years of my life. Watching do Manchester United today, and when I see kids who don't know how good Manchester United are, and they look at Manchester United now, this is not what I'm used to. This is not what I'm used to. So I'm like, bro, I remember Manchester United, Alex Ferguson's mentality. This is a guy, bro. He got rid of Beckham. He got rid of Van Nistelrooy. These were world-class players I'm talking about here, who eventually, when they got too big-headed, he said, no. You're big-headed, there's the door. There's the door. He was not afraid to get rid of anybody, because it was either Manchester United first or nothing. So if you were not 100% committed, he wanted you gone. And sometimes the fans didn't even like it when he got rid of some of these players. But guess what? It worked out, because you were still winning trophies.
Absolutely.
And this is the issue now. Now you're in a position now, you have managers who now have favorites. So if the fans like Bruno, it's going to be hard to get rid of Bruno. Bro, screw Bruno.
It's not hard to get rid of anybody. That's the thing. It's not hard to get rid of.
If this guy was under Ferguson would have gotten rid of Bruno, and guess what? The fans can say fuck all about it. Who cares? He's going to fit my system. Yeah, I want him gone. It is what it is. But that is what you guys need. You guys need a manager who's not going to be afraid to push buttons.
Yeah, of course.
Everyone, bro. The media doesn't have to do that.
Walking into a big club. Go on, that's what you're going to say before you go.
No, I was saying this because it's kind of leading up to all this conversation is that I feel like, even though I heard all the shouts that have been said so far, I feel like it's kind of like the similar way I look at just any managers at any club is that I don't get the narrative sometimes where, like, even if you get sometimes an elite manager, it doesn't mean it necessarily works out. It doesn't, like, it's like when the saying when it clicks. That doesn't happen for every club. For certain clubs, for certain teams, and certain managers, it never clicks. I think Ramsey is probably the best example last season, where they signed Mbappe, they signed this guy and that guy, and everybody was getting hyped, and they thought they're gonna go and win the Champions League, 3-peats and shit like that. But Mbappe Ballon d'Or, but then you saw at the beginning of the season they were struggling. People were saying it's gonna click because it's too much talent to not click. And it never clicked at the end. And they ended up having a terrible season for their own standards. So for me, it's like, that's why even if you say United need to go and get a United level manager, yeah, you can say that. But I feel like the more important thing for me is just the mindset of the football club. For example, Omar, you saying that they need like an Enrique level type of manager. I agree with that, but the problem is, unlike PSG's ownership, I feel like PSG's ownership matches Enrique's ambitions.
That's true.
I don't see any manager be able just by themselves completely being able to change a whole coach by a football club. I don't, especially in 2025. I just don't see it. I feel like there's just way too much money involved. Where only if the ownership themselves want to change the culture, they're the ones who push it. I think you can have a manager who can install a certain culture within a squad, but being able to bring a whole culture change throughout the club, it has to be the ownership. So for me, it's like I'm the flaws that I say. I realize it's not necessarily about pick because you would expect him to have United first and foremost look like a decent offer, just as a starter, as an appetizer. Like look at it as an appetizer. Like make us look like a decent outfit first and foremost, and then it's then on Ineos, it's on the people who are on the board to set the standard, set the tone. Even if there's a club favorite, like you talk about, if there's a club favorite, the club has to get rid of him. If there's certain type of level that you have to chase, it's the club that has to chase the type of player. Really and truly, it's supposed to be just the manager, just coaching, just coach. Just this is what really it should be. Just
yeah, but
like because Sir Alex is like isn't an anomaly where he's also coach but also running the football club there, man. If you've been honest, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, bro. Yeah, but you're right. Like the coach just got to coach. But let's be real, Man United are in a situation where the coach has to be a mentality changer. The coach has to be a guy who can work with what he got. The coach got to be bro. But let's be real. This is the reality, bro. Like
I agree with that. No, I agree with that. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like Omar is right. You guys need like a guy who can completely change the mentality. That's why I think, honestly, I think you guys should get Inzaghi because Inzaghi can work with what he's got. I think that's a choice though because like,
what do you say, Flawless? Would you take Inzaghi?
Bro,
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
2 UCL finals with. Let's be honest.
If they go, even though I said, all right, bring me a manager who's been in the Premier League. Sorry to cut you off, honest. Been in the Premier League, so he doesn't get caught out by it. If we go and get a Xavi, an Inzaghi, we go and get higher tier manager, so to speak. I'm not mad at it. I'm gonna be if they go and get Inzaghi, that shows me their intent.
All due respect, let me tell you something, right? Bro, Xavi's one of my listen. When I was watching football, I only watched probably the last 5 years of his career. But dude, I don't think as a manager, bro. Listen, I don't think Xavi can handle United. Maybe he has a good season.
I'm not saying don't like Xavi's not top of my list. I'm throwing him in as an example in regards to if they were to go and get Xavi, that shows me their mindset.
Yeah, okay, I hear it. But I'm just saying,
it shows me that they're trying to go from where we're at to the very top. I go, okay, I'm not same way I'm not imposed to Inzaghi. It's just those managers, that bracket of managers. I don't think I feel for what we've got going on right now.
Can I play devil's advocate then when it comes to that?
Job. Sorry, go on.
Can I play the other side of it because and I've been there before. What if is the football club chasing those managers from we just trying to appease the football fans? Because if you're gonna bring that type of level of manager in, it looks like we have the intent. But in reality, we just wanted to do fan business to shut up because we fucked up so bad with Amorim. Because I've been there before where I've seen Levy hire Jones, I've seen Levy hire Conte because of how bad it was previously, and to shut up everybody, he put up probably two of the most high-profile managers back to back.
Okay, but Jess, hear me out.
Jonas, can I just
add this? Let Jonas go. Go on, Jonas. Your time.
Yeah, real quick. Okay, if you're not gonna go that route, I'm gonna be real. I've heard the Ineos say like they want to play good football. I've heard Ratcliffe say all these things. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to make Man United attractable again. Why didn't you guys get flipping De Zerbi then? De Zerbi, he's not going to be like Amarin or Ten Hag. De Zerbi's going to play his football.
You know what? We tried, apparently.
They did. They tried to get.
But that's what De Zerbi said anyway. De Zerbi claimed.
Okay, but bro, I'm gonna be real. If they're trying,
I think he's lying, man. I think he's lying.
You don't know, but the thing is,
I promise you, he's lying, man.
Bro, but listen, all the things that they're trying to say about Man United making it attractable, right? And I know for sure in the Prem. Man like De Zerbi is not switching up. He's not going to be like Ruben. He's not going to be like Ten Hag because we've already seen it in the Prem. He knows the Prem, and he still plays the way he does. And then you guys can just get better quality players. But I don't know. Okay, so if you guys don't want Inzaghi, I would say just go with a guy who's stubborn.
The thing is, I'm not opposed. Like everyone we've named, I'm not opposed to. Do I have my preferences? Yes.
Who do you
because
want?
of the situation we're in? Like I said, Areola would be top of my list because of the situation we're in.
Who'd be 2? Like if you had to like put
Glasgow would be 2.
That's what it is.
So I think Glasner would be
the reason why I wouldn't put De Zerbi in there is because one, I think the madness that's like the last thing we need is the manager coming in and causing a ruckus. And he seems to be called like at times over there. And I like managers that run the edge, but we need a much more. We don't need this is why I don't want Conte. We don't need any more drama, man. We are drama.
Conte's gonna mess it up. Conte's gonna expose everything.
I agree on this, but the point is I'm making is we are already keeping up at Carrington off the pitch. I don't need my manager potentially slapping Omar Barada in the face or something like that.
Yo, guys,
before you go, Giannis, shout out your channel.
All right. Listen, Barca Reacts, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's been a good stream, guys. Like it up. I made a match reaction. I mean, even if you're not into Barca content, you should check it out, bro. You're gonna flip and laugh, bro. On flipping man like Koundé, man like Danny almost. You know what I'm saying? Frankie De Jong, bro, was a ghost. Yeah, check that match reaction out. And then tomorrow, probably live. You know what I'm saying? Around right after the Europa League game. So that's what's coming up. But big up Flawless, right? Big up everybody. Support Flawless. You know what I'm saying? Smash with the likes. I'll see y'all soon. It was a fun stream.
Barca Reacts people, make sure you go check out my G Giannis channel. Make sure, and that's the point I was making in regards to. Of course, I'm not opposed to an Inzaghi. I wouldn't be that'd be dumb of me to be opposed to somebody the caliber of Inzaghi, for example, or somebody the caliber of Xavi and what they've done. Even though I have my reservations, I keep saying this. It's more so it's the right manager, wrong job. Hence why I wouldn't be like if United somehow managed to go and get Pep, I'd be like, yes, what a maneuver that is. However, I just don't think he's fit for this. That's the situation. Point I don't think Inzaghi's fit for this situation, or Xavi is. I could be wrong. Maybe Xavi does join and he flies, or an Inzaghi does, or whoever the case may be. I'm just saying in regards to where we are at right now, it's horses for courses.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go. I think Inzaghi would be great. Obviously, Xavi would not work, bro.
But this is why I want to ask the question though. But this is why I want to ask the question because like. But don't even though I agree, because I feel like there's a certain base level where I believe the manager needs to come in, and this to any football club. There should always be like a base expectation that the manager should be able to come, regardless of what the situation is or whatever the ownership is. But then, don't you also think that in the same time, like it should go both ways? Where yes, if we go and get this manager, we expect this and that, but then shouldn't then the people in the board then also then say, we're gonna give you then also the tools to do that. Obviously, not saying that. Not saying that. This is not me saying go the Arteta road, 5 years, 1 billion, and no trophies, and we're still gonna back you. I'm saying we back you in the summer. We're gonna give you the type of profiles that you want. But technically, it should be a club's philosophy there. But it seems like they're not gonna try to go that route. So it has to be back in the manager. So first summer, bring the offer in for the manager. And then we go from there and judge you. Don't you feel like they have to do? Because I feel like for me, because of the situation, I feel like clubs like Man United. Because I say this about Spurs as well, where like, yes, of course, I'm looking at a certain type of quality of manager, and when we trying to bring in. But in the same time, what's the point of bringing the manager in if you're not gonna? Because of how bad the situation that both football clubs are.
Yeah.
What's the point of bringing the manager in if you're not gonna bring in certain profiles of certain level as well? Then.
And that's where this is going to sound crazy because I expect more from the club, from the manager. But whoever this manager is, because everyone we've named I rate higher than our ownership. So therefore, I'm looking at you to make sure these things happen because these are conversations you should be having.
Yeah.
You should be having these conversations with the ownership from the jump. All right, what is the plan? So let's say it is, we'll just use and insert manager name here. So whether it's Xavi,
ex-manager.
Whoever the manager is, soon as they sit down with across the table from Ineos, all right, we offering the United job. Once the conversation goes to transfers, it should be clear as day. Well, I need this, and this. What do you think? well, I think you need this, this, and this. And then you lot come to some form of common ground. And then once you've come to some form of common ground, obviously that can change while you're in the job. But before summer hits, so let's say April, all right, let's revisit this. What do we need? What players are better at the club than you expected where you might not need a position filled? What players are worse? Because the new manager might join and go, hey, you know what? My centre-backs are fine. And then he plays for 4 or 5 months and goes, hey, you know what? These centre-backs are not as good at what they can do. So I might need 2 centre-backs or 1 centre. On the flip side, he might go, hey, you know what? These wingers ain't it. I'm definitely going to need 2 new wingers in the summer. But then the 2 new wingers, once he's played for 4 or 5 months with the team, they're better than expected. So I'm looking at my manager to do what needs to be done. Do your due diligence. If you have been promised certain things, make sure you get certain things. And if you don't get certain things, leave. I'm not hearing no excuses.
Exactly.
If they said to you before you go, Omar, if they said to you,
what that does
before you go,
also
1 second, Omar, 1 second. If they said to you, if they promised you, all right, we're going to bring you in 5 players in the summer. And people don't take this literally. I'm just any 5 players, 2 midfielders, a striker, a goalkeeper, and a right back, just for argument's sake. They don't bring you those 5 things and you stay. They bring you 2 out of the 5 and 2 of the 5 that you don't want and you stay. I'm looking at the manager. Don't hit me with the, I hate when managers do that. I didn't get what I wanted. So you only just realized you wasn't getting what you wanted 3 months into a season. Like you had these do your due diligence. I'm looking at my manager, whoever it is, to make sure he's given the tools. If you are not given, it's your job. And if you are not given the tools, leave. Simple as that. And then when you leave, and before you go, just one last thing. And if you leave and you resign and you go, I was promised certain things and wasn't delivered, so I don't think I could do the job I was supposed to do. I hold my hands up and go, yeah, I'm tired of managers doing that. Ten Hag tried that shit. Amorim hasn't said that shit. Ten Hag tried that. Oh, I didn't get what I want. Ollie tried that shit. Mourinho tried that. They all said that nonsense. Oh, I didn't get what I want. All right, so you was just a hoe for money then, because that's why you stayed. So shut up and be a hoe and take the money. That's what you did. Simple as that. Don't give me any excuses.
And this is the issue, because managers don't do that anymore, because you know what it is. You just mentioned it. It's a money thing. It's a money thing, right? At the end of the day, these guys want to get compensated when they leave, so they just want to get sacked, right? No managers actually have enough self-respect to be like, you know what it is, bro? You either give me what I want or I'm leaving. And this is the thing, right? Imagine if you guys had a manager like Enrique and he was promised some stuff and he didn't get it, so he ended up resigning. That would look so bad in the owner's eyes, because now all the attention is not going to go to the manager; it's going straight to the owners. Because now everyone's going to be like, "You had Enrique, a manager that just won the treble with Paris Saint-Germain, come in and you didn't give him what he wants, and now he's walking out. Yeah, you guys are poison chalice. Which world-class manager is going to go to Manchester United now? Because you guys have shown that you guys don't make promises. We've seen this with Ten Hag. We've seen it with Amorim. We've seen it with different managers. You guys are the problem. Not those managers. You guys are the problem.
And even on top of that, that falls down. So even if it's not the managerial caliber of an Enrique, an Inzaghi, a Xavi, let's say
anybody.
Yeah, let's say it's a Glasner, for example, and Glasner joins, and they don't give Glasner what he wants, and Glasner leaves. Everyone's gonna go, right? So and these things have been discussed. You promised him these things and then didn't deliver, and then everyone's gonna look at them. So whether it's Glasner, Areola, whoever the manager is, I'm just tired. I'm tired of managers doing that shit.
Yeah, but then Flores, people would then say, because you know how you say about the United thing, the pressure is different. People would then say, "Oh, he just couldn't hack the pressure." Glasner's not really.
No, it's not about handling the pressure, bro.
If he resigned before a ball was kicked, he's not.
No, I don't mean that before. I mean like he comes in and being promised whatever, not getting his players. You know how you just talked about how all these managers have complained about not getting what they wanted. Yeah. If he walks after not getting what he wanted,
that's cool. I understand that.
People would then twist it and say, "Well, he just couldn't hack the pressure."
But then it depends on which person, then, though.
The reason why they wouldn't, because I'm talking about as soon as they don't give you what you wanted, because the window's 3 months, leave. Don't get into the season. Don't start the season.
See, that's why I never respect content.
Yeah, don't start the season and then in the middle of September, 3 games in, and in the international break, you're talking about players you didn't get and no. Leave beforehand. That's what I'm saying. There's no, like, if someone does that, I go, all right, first. Because you don't believe you could do the job with what you was offered. Like, I took this job on the promise that I was going to get certain things. If I don't get certain things, I will leave. They didn't do their end. Now, if they do their end and I don't do my bit, it's on me. It's kind of like Slot with Liverpool now. Yes. FSG have done what they need to do for Slot. Now it's on Slot. That's why Liverpool fans talking about FSG. Hey, Slot, you gotta fix this. You have to perform better. Same way with City at Pep all these years. Even if you, and of course you're gonna have bad windows from time to time. But I'm talking in particular about taking over at a club. If a club's in a bad state and a manager's been sacked, there's gonna be problems there within the team and within the squad. So I'm saying, do your due diligence. Like, manager, I'm tired of managers complaining. I didn't get this. I didn't get that. I didn't have this player. I didn't. Okay, so if it's that bad of an environment and you cannot perform in said environment and get results, leave. But no, you're a hoe for money. So shut up and take the money.
You see, that's why I can never respect Conte, for example, like, because he is
why?
No, hold on. But this was just literally what just Flo was talking about, because, and that's just me. I respect Conte in terms of what he has done in his career, but Conte is one of the most fake demons I have ever seen, bro. I've seen this guy literally complain in the summer when we had him, complaining about that we was getting things, but then was fine going into the season, just to start crying again, about not being given certain things that was promised to him. But then he ended up staying so long until the club sacked him. Why? Because he wanted to get the payout. So after all that talk about how Conte is the type of manager that would walk away from a job, he would leave the money behind. Nah, bro. This is what people were trying to tell me. And this is why I say, this is why I could never, that's why I can't respect Conte, because it's the fake demoness. Because you can't do all this shouting and barking and shit like that. And then when it comes down to it, and you can, that season under Conte, he could have left at any point from November. He decided to stay till like March, just to get his payout, because the club then said, "Fuck it, you know what? Let's suck him then." It's gonna be less. It's gonna be at that point. It's gonna be money than would have been November.
This is why Conte would not be good for Manchester United. Because here's the thing, Flores. Maybe Conte can come in, steady the ship. Who knows? Maybe he might find a way to flew gaze here league out of nowhere. But let me tell you something, bro. It is not lasting for more than 2 seasons. And this is the thing right now at Manchester United, Flores. What Manchester United needs right now more than anything else is stability. There's no stability at Manchester United, bro, for seasons now. Right? You guys have gone manager after manager, right? Your team has been so inconsistent. Bro, you guys haven't won back-to-back games in how many months now? You feel me?
No, wait.
Like, January.
No, we didn't win back-to-back games in January. It was separate, but a long time.
Oh, that probably was the under 10 Hawk. Not the
point that I'm trying to make here is the point I'm trying to make here is you, first of all, the first thing that Manchester United need is to have a steady ship. You guys need to calm down with this whole inconsistency BS, right? Try to get a manager who can maintain a little bit of consistency. Can you go at least 2, 3, 4, 5 games without losing? Maybe get 2 wins and 2 draws, something like that. Where basically try to get yourself back to Europe. Maybe start with the Europa League. If you guys can get Europa League right now, maybe finish 7th, 6th, 7th, where you're like, okay, first season, cool. Next season, he needs to be back because he's now shown us that he can steady the ship, which is more than anything else what we needed right now. Now let's go back him. Let's get rid of the cancers in the team because there's too many cancers in the team. And this is the thing. When it's time to get rid of players, Manchester United need to stop doing this. And they need to stop listening to the fans. That's the first thing you guys need to do. Stop listening to the fans. Stop listening to the pundits. And I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about the fans that are sitting here always glazing guys like Bruno. Okay, bro? None of this sentimental BS now. Players that don't fit the system need to F off. It doesn't matter, bro. Get rid of the players that need to go. And then bring in some new blood because that's what you need. This is the problem, bro. The fans, if the club always listen too much to some of these fan bases, bro. The Gold Bridges and all these guys who we know, these guys are mutants, bro. They're getting paid by some of these people, bro. Stop listening to these people. Do what needs to be done.
And in regards to it as well, like all those things are capable. But again, I'm asking a lot of my manager, but you're paid a lot. Even with the whole toxic players, just because bad players are at your club don't mean you have to play them. Say this all the time. So let's say we don't get out players for whatever reason. Let's say that we'll go one further. The club are refusing to move on certain players. Don't play them. Because we've watched clubs sign players and then the manager not play them because they don't rate them. So do it on the flip side. I'm tired. Like, that's another thing I'm just tired of. And managers get away, and this ain't just United managers, scot-free with stuff. And it's just blame the ownership. No, control the controllables. So let's say there is 4 or 5 players that you want to sell. And the board are like, no, we're not selling them. Well, I'm the manager. I pick the team sheet, so they're not getting on. Cool. And then you don't have to worry about them. McTominay's first season, Ten Hag's first season with Manchester United, with McTominay, no one complained about McTominay. There was no critique. There was no conversation about him. You know why? Because he didn't play. Go and check it. His first season, McTominay barely seen pitch at all. And nobody mentioned his name. You know why nobody mentioned his name? Because he barely played. Because Ten Hag in his first season, obviously it changed vastly in the second season and the third season for when he got sacked. But the first season, it didn't. So when someone was telling me in the chat yesterday and we were talking about Elliot Anderson. I gotta cut. All right, jazz blessings every single time. Love every time. It's like when someone was telling me about Elliot Anderson, what a quality player. I said, before he went Forest, no one was talking about Elliot Anderson. Nobody. Game time changes it all. It can either elevate you to the highest or it can be down there. So, like, again, I'm looking for my manager manage. If a player's a bad player, fuck what the ownership say, just don't play him. Simple as that.
See, this is the
whoever that is. That's what, and people make excuses. Where you go? People make excuses for it. Oh, this player's got a clause in his contract that he has to play. No, he doesn't. The manager's picking him because he wants to pick him because the manager's a fucking idiot. That's why. He's making a stupid decision. Just call it out. But people want to make excuses and overcomplicate simple matters. There's no player that's at Manchester United under Amorim right now that he is forced to play because he got rid of the poster child. Literally, the poster child was playing today against PSG in Spain. He is Carrington through and through. He's Mike born and bred. He was on all the posters. He was the highest paid player. And where is he now? Like, what are we doing out here? Go on.
See, this is the thing, isn't it, Flores? This is why, Flores, I always say this, and I've said this to you in the past when we've spoken to each other, right? I don't think your squad is bad. I don't think you guys are bad players. I think that this is deeper than that. I feel like what you have is a bunch of good players who are too comfortable at Manchester United. So they don't have the pressure of trying to prove themselves. Why is it that, Flores, right? Why is it that in the past few seasons, right, you guys have let Anthony go. You've let McTominay leave. You've let Rashford leave. You've let Sancho leave. You've let a lot of players who were not doing well at Manchester United all leave. And then it's like the moment they take off that Manchester United shirt, all the pressure just goes off.
Because it does.
Like, it's not a coincidence for us that it's not just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 players. For some reason, these players leave and their form just picks up. And people need to understand it's deeper than just that. It's not that Manchester United are cursed. It's not that, bro. It's because when these guys leave, now they go into clubs where they have something to prove. It doesn't matter the stature of the club.
Also, on top of that, it's a pressure thing. It's like in the content creators.
At Manchester United, Barcelona, that's what Rashford has to go to.
It's like
the bar said it's now.
It's like being on here. Certain content creators won't come on Sarcasm City TV. Certain content creators, certain people in chats will not come on Sarcasm City TV. They will not do it. I've watched it happen. I've watched content creators say, "Nah, I'm not going over there," or dance around the question. And I've seen people in the chat refuse to join. I've seen people in the chat to make all types of excuses. I've had people in the chat tell me they don't know how to use StreamYard. I've heard it all. It's a pressure situation. And I'm not comparing Sarcasm City TV to Manchester United. I'm just talking about it. Like, pressure is because they'll go elsewhere. They'll go into other chats. They'll go into certain other channels, and even bigger than mine as well. Like, there's channels that people, like content creators, won't go on
because they will not be put in the spot. That's the problem. Because you put people in the spot.
It's not even that. It's a lot. It's talented people on there, and they firing in questions at 1,000 miles per hour, and there's 2,000 people watching, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Talking about bigger channels than mine. People. A lot of people won't do. Yeah, Benny, stage fright. And the reason why I'm using the content creator space as an example, so it correlates to what I'm saying. Football is like that, but a million times worse. People talk about, why do players do better away from Manchester United? Because you're not under the same spotlight. That's why. There's many players, even under Fergie's reign, that weren't successful here, went elsewhere and were quote unquote successful. Diego Forlan's the prime example. He's the prime example.
Yeah, Diego Forlan, that's true. That's a
Prime.
good
What
one.
were you gonna say before we cut out? I mean, before we bounce, because we're gonna go. Go on.
Are you talking about? Who are you talking about? Are you talking about Tony?
No, not in particular, Tony. Other content creators that ain't been here, but will go elsewhere.
No, I think I get the point what Flores is talking about, to be honest.
Well, Tony, but we've seen Tony Duck. That's a prime example. Why would Tony Duck here, but then go on a bigger channel than mine, the Northside? Make that make sense. Shout out to my guy Northside. Northside has more subscribers than me, is a bigger name than me. And Tony feels comfortable going there rather so than here after Arsenal losses. Why?
You know why, Flores? You know what it is? Because you put him in the spot, bro. People don't like being put in the spot.
Bear in mind, it's not even me. Bear in mind, he's over there. He's on with Northside. Maybe it's a Deji over there. Maybe it's another Arsenal fan. Here is TJ and Duncy, who are, yes, they'll get at you, but they're not like cutthroat with it. You know what I'm saying? I leave you, but that's a prime example. But he'll go on a Northside's channel, who has more subs than me, and there's more people in the chat, and there's more people getting onto him. But it's just different here. The way people are going to get onto him here is different rather than not. Because Northside's a killer. Northside going to get onto him most. I would hate to be an Arsenal fan and have an opposing view to Northside. Jesus, that got to be a nightmare. Because man will cutthroat. Man will curse you out in two different dialects. It's mad. But yeah, he'll go there.
And he has the words, man.
It's like, okay, but that's just prime to the point. That's a prime example of the thing I'm talking about. But on a bigger scale, it's football. On a complete different universe, in a whole different universe scale. Where you have a bad performance at Manchester United, you are a meme. You are a meme. Højlund played against AC Milan. That's a big game. AC Milan versus Napoli is a big game. He played in that game. I don't know how well he played. Obviously, they lost the game 2-1. No one gave a shit. Outside of AC Milan fans, Napoli fans, and fans in Serie A who are chasing down the title, it was where find me the comps. Find me this Højlund comp still doing the rounds now for Manchester United. Find me his failed comps at Napoli. They all tell me he played well every game. Onana just conceded 3 goals to Faith. I can't even pronounce their name. A Turkish side, nobody cares.
I didn't even know that.
I checked it because someone said earlier on in the Q&A talking about all players leave here and do well. I'm like, you're not watching.
But you know what it is, Flores? This is the issue, isn't it? Because what that tells me is, because you see when Rashford joined Barca, the guy was desperate for the move. Many people, obviously, yes, Manchester United went on a good place. He wanted to leave Manchester, right? He felt like, it was a running course. But also, I think that he looked at Barcelona and he said, bro, this is a club that's on the up and up. But also, he wanted to prove that he can still make it in the top level. That is why, right? If you look at his performance, especially since after the international break, he's been playing incredibly well because he's playing like a player that has something to prove. Because he wants to stay at Barca. And he knows that over here, he's going to have to really stand out for Barcelona to actually sign him on a permanent basis, right? So when I look at your players right now, I don't see anyone. Bruno doesn't look like he has anything to prove. Guys like De Ligt, Maguire, Luke Shaw. Nobody in here is actually coming here saying, yo, I'm a top class midfielder and I'm going to prove it by carrying Manchester United. Everyone is like, nah, don't worry, man. Listen, I'm the best player at Manchester United. That's what matters. And that's what Bruno Fernandes always shows me. Bruno Fernandes shows me that he plays like a player who believes I'm the best. I don't even have to turn up, bro, because I'm still Manchester United's best player, even when I don't turn up. Now, that's not the kind of mentality, bro. Like this is the thing. For someone like you, Flores, right? I'm sure this is a huge, like, I'm sure even after all these years, it's still a culture shock to you because you grew up in an era where you saw a manager who was never afraid to get even some of the players that you loved, like Black Stam, all those guys. You love those guys. That's why when he got rid of them, I'm sure you were fuming. But guess what? Your manager was never afraid to get rid of anybody. No one was safe at Manchester United on the side of Ferguson.
I don't think the ownership's afraid. I just think they make bad decisions.
But this is the thing. But my point is, it's a culture shock for you because you watch people in an era when nobody was safe. So every season you had players who always had to be at their A game because anyone that was below par knew they had a chance of leaving. You understand what I mean, right? Now you're dealing with the opposite. Now you have a bunch of players who are comfortable wearing the Manchester United shirt. This should not be the case.
Hear it? But yo, Omar, shout out your channel. Let them know where they can find you. All that good stuff.
Yeah, Omar BYT, guys. Listen, I did a match reaction to the Barcelona versus PSG game. Go check it out. And also, I've been doing a lot of videos on my channel. I'm gonna have another Barcelona video coming out tomorrow morning, guys. So yeah, man, just to kind of do the aftermath of this game. And yeah, if you guys want Barca content, La Liga content, and sometimes I do Premier League content. I'm planning on maybe doing the watch along for the Chelsea Liverpool game this weekend. But yeah, so you guys go subscribe to my channel, man. Big up to every single one of you guys. We're on the road to 5K subscribers right now. We're almost there, guys. Just around like 600 more subscribers away from 5K.
Say that again. You're 600 subscribers away from 5K.
Yes.
Hey man, love that. Oh shit, your growth been crazy in this space. That's
yeah. Listen, man. That's why I keep doing more content, man. Because it's growing right now.
Love that, man. Yo, because last time I checked, you got like 4.2. So hey, man, to be sick, yeah. Love that. Fire, man. Nah, for real. Genuinely happy for you, man. Because you put in work. So love that, man. So you lot go subscribe to Omar BYT. Go subscribe to Barca Reacts, which is Giannis's channel. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe here. Make sure you go subscribe to the Sarcasm City TV Clips YouTube channel as well, people. We're Prime here. It's clipped up many of the funniest moments and best moments from the channel. You also get Premier League watch-alongs, Champions League watch-alongs, La Liga watch-alongs all over there, FA Cup, League Cup, etc., as well. Obviously, there's plenty of clips to watch also, people. You see the playlist right there on the top of the channel. I dropped the link in the chat for it. Yo, hilarious, as you can see here, just many different things. You know what I'm saying? Me said, when I got asked would I join Liverpool for 200K a week, and I said, I sing You'll Never Walk Alone for 200K a week. The Yardmen cooking Arsenal. The list goes on, people. Have a look here, man. So many clips. So make sure you go check out like the origins of the famous 16 out of 10 as well, people. You see it right there. The original video. So you can see what's going on. So yeah, man, large up to everyone that is tapped in. We're gonna redirect. Hey, big up Shine as well. Big up Shine, big up all the moderators, big up all the members, big up all the regulars, all the new people, everyone who joined over from the raid, everyone supporting Sarcasm City TV. And don't forget this show and all the other shows on the channel, apart from watch-alongs, fan calling shows, and the members' content are available on all audio platforms as well. So if you have Spotify, type in Sarcasm City TV, follow and 5-star. So that's on Spotify. Same iTunes, Apple Podcast, YouTube Music, because they got a podcast section, SoundCloud, or wherever else the case may be. But yeah, people, Gunner's still live. So we're going to redirect to Gunner because he's someone to be putting in mad work. Back live tomorrow, another Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, but solo, people. So it'll be a solo edition of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. And this has been Sarcasm City Sports Q&A live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in, and put Sarcasm City TV raid in Gunner's chat. Salute.